Hello everybody and welcome to Holman Stadium pregame. Jason Roby, John Collins, and Tom King. Welcome, and could be
company.
Yeah, championship night, possibly. It is a best-of-3 series that the Silver Knights lead 1-0 as we enter Game 2 at home. A chance to win tonight. And Tom, they've got it done before in sweeps, right?
They're 3-0 in series clinching games all time.
Wow.
Thanks to Pete Nicholas, our media guy, who gives us all our information. But John, I tell you what, last Friday night, not last Friday night, but Friday night's game 1 against Worcester, as BJ Everett put it best, that was a big boy baseball game. That was a great game. Nashua, 4-6-3, double play to get out of trouble in the first inning. Threw out a very, very speedy Mariano Ricciardi from Worcester, son of J.P. Ricciardi, one of the sons who's on this team, there's two of them, at the plate. And from then on, it was Nashua's game. And Ryan Sullivan, what can we say? If they win this series, they will do so in a big part because of what we might do. It's funny, you've got to be, J.P. Pine's got to be frustrated. He said to me last night, in our pitchers meeting, we talked only about one guy, Sullivan. Don't let him beat you. And what did he do? He hit a 3-run homer last night that really was a difference.
Well, Jason, you mentioned that Sullivan's got a streak going as far as home runs.
Sullivan's got three home runs in 3 straight playoff games. So he's definitely doing something right, and if that continues tonight, hopefully good things will abound for the Silver Knights.
What's it like, Jason, as a coach, when you say to your team, we can't let this happen, and it happens?
Well, that's kind of Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong.
Right.
I mean, you try to cover all the bases, no pun intended, and sometimes guys will just burn you. It's like David Ortiz. I mean, how many times did he come up to the plate in all those big games with the Yankees, and they knew what he could do against them, and he continues to do it. So,
right.
You know, when you're hot, and right now, when you ride the hot hand, Sullivan's certainly doing some damage.
Anthony Lupi gets the start tonight, the left.
Yeah, now you've got to remember something. College pitchers usually go once a week. These guys are going twice a week. I saw Joe Westerman, who was solid in every game he's pitched, struggled the other night in Bristol. Why? He took his rest. He pitched like 6 or 7 days ago. Plus, don't forget, these guys were playing January and college kids, not major league or minor league players. That's about 100 games, 8 months, they're retired. You know, they get really tired. So whoever wins it is going to really earn it. And I'll tell you what, whoever wins it, or whoever wins tonight, is going to do so in front of a really decent crowd. There are a lot of people coming in.
They sure are. Sebastian Grzycki gets the start for Worcester. You were looking over his stats before the game, Jason.
Yeah, but he would be high ERA.
Yeah, and Nashua really beat him up the last time they faced him.
But as we've seen, you know, sometimes guys will surprise you. You know,
Right.
it's a big moment game, and I'm sure he'll bring his A game and have something special for Nashua. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Nashua's going to have to earn this. I remember the last time they had a clinching game in terms of the playoff at Holman Stadium in the finals, it was against North Shore back in 2012, the second year of the league. That was different. You could tell North Shore had basically just gone, we're done, you know. I don't think that's the case with Worcester, not with J.P. Pine at the helm.
You know, and I was looking earlier, Tom, and you can probably address this fact. This Worcester team has been to the last 4 championship series. Nashua, of course, 5 out of 7, but this Worcester team is no stranger to being in the championship game, championship series.
They're only 4 years old, Jason.
Right.
Every year they've been a franchise team, they've gone to the finals. So it's just great. Great stuff. Great action.
It may or may not be the last game of the season, depending on what happens tonight, of course. I just want to, this is Ted Williams on the cover of our daily media guide here. I just want to give a shout out to the front office staff. They do a tremendous job of supplying us with statistics and making us feel welcome, and tremendous job by the administrative staff of the Nashua Silver Knights.
All right, Pete Nicholas has had a great year. I'm going to miss him if he's not back next year.
Oh, that's true. For Tom King, Jason Roby, John Collins, stick with us. Exciting FCBL championship action here in 2017. Before the game, we got a chance to interview both coaches, both managers for each team, J.P. Pine for Worcester and B.J. Neverett for the Nashua Silver Knights. Welcome, everybody. Pre-game. It's the Nashua Silver Knights hosting the Worcester Bravehearts in the FCBL Championship Series. We're about to do Game 2, and we're very pleased to be joined by Worcester's manager, J.P. Pine. J.P., a 5th seed against the 6th seed. How did this happen?
Yeah, it's been a strange season, I think, for both teams, and it's been a real grind for us. I think for both of us, it came down to the last day of the regular season, and fortunately, we punched our ticket, and we've sort of been playing with house money, and here we are.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it when you're the 6th seed. It's so important in all sports, it seems, though, to get hot as you enter the playoffs. It's a tough trick to pull off, but obviously Worcester has done it.
Yeah, I mean, I compare it to last year. We were the number 1 seed, and we sort of cruised to the finals against Nashua, and right before that series started, we looked at it and said we hadn't really played a meaningful game since early June. We had been sort of wire to wire in first place by double-digit games, and we felt like now we're being tested and we maybe weren't ready. We're coming into this series, we feel like our back's been against the wall for the last couple of weeks of the season, and so we feel like we're prepared. Obviously, right now we're faced with a 1-0 hole, but we're really focused on tonight and just trying to grind it out. Whoever, all hands on deck tonight, and try and get ourselves into a Game 3 tomorrow.
In the Nashua connection between the managers, you have J.P. Pine and B.J. Neverett across the dugouts from each other. It sort of reminds me of John Farrell and Terry Francona, the former pitching coach and the manager.
Sure, B.J.'s a good friend, and I probably never would have got involved in the Futures League if it wasn't for B.J. When I was wrapping up with the Blue Jays up in Manchester, and he said, "Hey, why don't you come here?" And I was a little bit reluctant, and decided that we'd give it a try, and I had 2 great years here with the Silver Knights. It's a great organization, great people, great fan base. Still my favorite ballpark in the league. Don't tell my boss. No, it's a very special place. I miss it. I miss a lot of people up here, and it's always fun to come back and see friends and compete against a first-class organization.
JP attended St. Joseph University in Maine. If you go down the roster, would you know where all these colleges are? Like, West, actually, Kevin, I guess there was one, Millersville University, one of the players on one of the teams is from. And,
yeah, well, I actually, it's funny with Millersville because when I worked at the University of Maine, when I left Daniel Webster, I went up to the University of Maine, and one of the guys that had been there previously ended up at Millersville. So,
wow.
But I think that's one of the great aspects of this league is that there are really talented, really terrific baseball players all over the place. Nashua's shortstop, Kyle Bonneke, is my shortstop at Clark University.
Okay.
We're a small Division III school tucked in Worcester, Massachusetts. People don't think baseball powerhouse, but this is a guy who, coming into this year before Cam Cook from Nichols College broke the record, was the single season hits record holder here in the Futures League. So I think that one of the great things, it's fun to see the guys from Vanderbilt and the LSU and the big time Division I schools, but when you see a really special player from a Clark University or a Nichols College or a Millersville, I think that's what makes this league really special. And it's a great message to young players out there that if you're good enough, they'll find you and you'll get an opportunity. If you work hard and you're talented, then you'll have an opportunity to play at a high level and get noticed and make the most out of your abilities. And so I love that part of the league.
Millersville was right here on the cover. It's Ted Williams from Millersville. That's where I saw it. I was trying to remember, but I love that you got Kyle Bonneke's name in there. He's been a great player for this team all summer. Okay, so it's 1 game at a time. Worcester's down 0-1, best-of-3 series. Who's your starting pitcher tonight, JP, and what do you think your chances are?
It's Sebastian Grzecki. I think you were actually tricking me into giving you the pronunciation for the broadcast right there. But Sebastian Grzecki, he's a local kid from Worcester, Dudley, Mass. Goes to Florida Gulf Coast. He's pitched well for us. The message now with our back against the wall is go out and give us everything you can for as long as you can. We've got, I think, 11 pitchers available to us today, and nobody's off limits. So we're not asking him to take this thing and put it on his shoulders and deliver us. We're just asking him to give us everything he's got and pass the baton on to the next guy.
Thank you so much for joining us. J.P. Pine, the manager of the Worcester Bravehearts. Congratulations on a great season. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, John.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our pregame interview with the manager of the Nashua Silver Knights, B.J. Neverett. Welcome, B.J. The 5th seed against the 6th seed. Nashua hosting Worcester here in Game 2. How did this happen?
I guess we both got hot at the right time. For us, that's really what's happened. We've been playing really well the last 10 days or so. So I think we've come together, and I think the same thing happened for the Worcester team. They really had a good playoff, and we were very fortunate last night to get one down there.
At this point in the season, you must have had a good sense that this was possible with the players that you have.
Yeah, we felt like that from the beginning. Really, just that we went through a lot of issues with injuries and turnover with players that we basically have turned over our pitching staff completely. So they've come together at a good time, and we're just hoping we can close it out.
The city of Nashua, I think, is fortunate to have the Silver Knights here, and the Silver Knights fans are fortunate to be going for their 4th championship behind you guys. I mean, that's special, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we don't take it for granted because it's hard. It's a lot of work, and it's a long summer, and we're very excited to be home. I think that's something that our fans deserve. We have great fans here, and we'll have an opportunity to do something here at home.
And the guy across the way, J.P. Pine, you must have known him for a while now, huh?
Yeah, well, in 2012, he was my pitching coach here. And then in 2013, I took a step back for a couple years because I had to chase my daughter. I needed some flexibility. She was playing travel softball, and I had to be around. So I stepped back as the manager, and he was the manager in 2013. And then he took 14 and 15 off, and then he came back to Worcester last year. So, but we've known each other, 8-10 years anyway. So his time here at Daniel Webster College, we spent a lot of time together. So I have great respect for him and his team, and they're a lot like us. They play the game the right way, and it's fun competing against them.
There seems to be some kind of poetry to have J.P. Pine and B.J. Neverett opposing each other in the championship game. Nashua took Game 1. They could win the championship tonight. I know it's one game at a time, but who's the starting pitcher, and what do you think your chances are tonight,
well,
BJ?
We're starting Anthony Lupi. He's a left-hander from Merrimack College. He lives in Dover, New Hampshire, and he's done a good job this season. He's been a pretty consistent starter for us. We've got a nice full bullpen tonight, so we're going to be able to support him if we need to. And our hope is to get off to a real good start, and then try to get ahead of these guys and then play that way rather than playing from behind. That's what our hope is.
I could go down the roster and talk about a bunch of guys here who have had fascinating seasons. I mean, your leading hitter here, Cam Cook, great season, but fans love the long ball. Ryan Sullivan, 15 home runs this year. Where's this young man going to go next, and what have you seen out of his bat?
Well, Ryan's a career leader in home runs for the Silver Knights. Of course, he's been here a long time, but he's had 3 this week in the playoffs. So we hope he can get us another one. But he's so he's up to 18 on the season, which is quite a number for a summer league. And that's what he does. He's more like the Gorman Thomas of the old days.
That's a good name.
He can be feast or famine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But we're hoping he's got one more in him anyway.
Right.
So. But he's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if is that a Gorman Thomas mustache, BJ?
No.
You know what it. Joe Rudy.
Yeah.
Love it. Love the references. Good luck tonight. Take home another championship, BJ.
Thank you. Thanks for supporting us during the year and putting the games on ETV. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. B.J. Neverett, manager of the Nashua Silver Knights.
Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we're ready for baseball. Championship Series baseball here at Historic Holman Stadium. Hello, everybody. I'm John Collins along with Jason Roby and Tom King. And we have our A-team, the production team, as we stream this live on NashuaETV. Cameraman right next to me is Tim O'Neill. Jim McLean is down on top of the first base dugout. And our executive producer, Pete Johnson, is at the controls here for NashuaETV. Welcome. It is August 12 of 2017 as we bring you this. And Jason, you couldn't have ordered up online or otherwise a more beautiful night for baseball.
Boy, and we've talked about this before, John, how fortunate folks are here in Nashua to have a program like this and the success that they've had. And you've got the two best teams. Throw out the fact that they were the 5 and 6 seeds coming into this series. These are the two best programs over the last 7 years. Obviously, this Worcester team, 4 years in a row and 4 years of existence playing in a championship series final.
That's impressive, yeah.
I mean, and then
right out of the gate, championship series 4 times in a row.
And again, you have to think it's in large part due to the fact that they have great leadership at the top, all the way down through their manager J.P. Pine to the young men that are in the dugout playing tonight. And same can be said for obviously the Nashua Silver Knights, who are playing in their 5th or 7th of 7 championship series.
Yep.
So that's pretty impressive as well.
We're looking at Anthony Lupi tossing his warm-up throws to the Silver Knights catcher Dylan Marr in the opening, the pre-game interview with B.J. Nevert. He talked about how they turned over the entire pitching staff, and you've mentioned before, Jason, the sheer number of pitchers they've had this season.
27 pitchers.
27
pitchers.
So you talk about a team effort. It's some team members that aren't even here anymore that contributed to where they are now.
It's an impressive thing.
So we are underway. First pitch swinging, hitting it deep to left field, but backing up Midori, and it's over his head. It's off the wall. The leadoff batter, Trevor Johnson of Dartmouth, head first into second base. First pitch swinging, hits a double to straightaway left.
That ball off Johnson's bat just kept carrying and carrying and carrying, and Midori couldn't make the play at the wall. Goes in for a leadoff double. So good start here for Worcester.
So Johnson doubles. Kevin Duty of UMaine is up now, the left fielder for the Bravehearts, also a right-handed batter. Lupi's going to go right into the stretch position with a runner in scoring position right off the bat, literally here in the first inning. First pitch swinging also Duty, but he throws it by him at 84 miles an hour, registered on the radar gun here at Holman.
Appears that this Worcester team is going to be relatively aggressive here tonight.
Yes, absolutely. They are wasting no time in swinging the bat. The 0-1, and that's low.
81 on the gun there from Duty.
Kind of a breaking ball from Lupi. Another breaking ball hit hard to Cam Cook. The third baseman freezes the runner, makes a nice throw.
That was
one out.
Yeah, that was well done by Cook. He kind of looked over quickly at the runner on second, Johnson, and held him there, froze him there, and that's the benefit when you're playing at third base at the hot corner. That ball gets to you quickly. You have time to take your time and make the play. One down here, top of the first.
So the three-hitter for the Worcester Bravehearts with an RBI opportunity is Greg Kosinski of Marist College. As you see, he's a left-handed batter facing the left-hander Lupi, who hits the outside corner with a fastball for strike one.
Kosinski batted .332 during the regular season here, so had some success at the plate.
Takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike two.
Great pitch there by Lupi, 84 on the gun.
Working both edges, and got a look of chagrin there from Kosinski to find himself down 0-2 quickly. Pitches from Lupi. Takes a lot off, low and away. Some of the umpires in the stands thought that might have caught a piece, but I'm pretty sure that no arguments from the Silver Knights.
Trying to paint that outside corner was Lupi.
Tops it foul toward the right side. Dylan Marr, the catcher tonight. They've had a lot of pitchers, as Jason just mentioned, but also they've shared the catcher's duty. Andrew Janig caught 19 games this season for the Silver Knights. Teddy Baudette caught 14. Austin Young 9. And here's Dylan Marr catching about his 15th game of the season.
Johnson with a pretty sizable lead off of second base there. He's standing in the shortstop position by the time Loopy sets to deliver.
Yeah, I don't think Yadi Molina would be having that behind the plate. We'll see if Marr takes a shot at him, because I see Bonneke is kind of slipping in behind him a little bit after the pitch, but not anymore. A couple of breaking balls back to back, low and away, so count goes even. Let's see if Loopy goes back to the fastball here. Kosinski has yet to see a fastball in the swing at a fastball in the zone in this at bat. Now he does, and he fouls it. Just topped it out in front.
Obviously trying to pull that ball to the right side, advance the runner along, get him to third base.
Some of the fans in the stand saying, "Come on, Loop," Anthony Loopy's nickname, and another topper first base way.
Some of the numbers last night from Worcester, apparently over 3,000 people at last night's first game between these two teams. So hopefully Nashua comes out tonight and supports the home team. And from what I can see so far, it looks like it's going to be a great crowd.
Big credit to the Bravehearts fans. They knew that regardless of what happens tonight and or tomorrow night, that was their last game in Worcester, and they turned out hard and deep to center field. Tyree going back is going to make the catch. The runner tags from second and will make it to third without a throw. 2 out.
He gave that a ride to deep center field, shy of the warning track, and pretty easy tag and run for Trevor Johnson, who's now on third base, looking to put the first run on the board.
Case in point there, why it's always important for the two-hitter to try to get that runner over to third after the leadoff double by Johnson. He could have scored easily on that, of course. Sac fly got him from second and third, but there are 2 out now, and Loopy with an opportunity to get out of this unscathed, but he'll have to deal with the cleanup hitter, Brett Koffel of St. Leo.
Nice breaking ball right there. Starting off ahead of the batters, as we've talked about before, John. You got to get out in front of these guys.
And Loopy was doing a good job getting ahead with the fastball. Now he's got strike one with the curveball that time. The 0-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Bonneke gobbles it up, throws it in plenty of time to retire the side, and Worcester leaves a runner at third base. Scoreless going to the bottom of the first here in Game 2 of the Futures Collegiate Baseball League Championship game at Holman. Nashua leads the series 1-0 and have a chance to win the championship tonight.
Nashua definitely wants to defend that title, John, and crowd getting loud and proud here tonight. Oh, almost caught a T-shirt.
Well, that came close.
Boy, I'll tell you. So some of those arms are hanging, but some of those bullpen guys could still make it go. Some frisbees flying around here. Good stuff. If you're looking for something to do tonight, folks, head on over to Holman Stadium. This place is electric, and as we've talked about, Nashua Silver Knights have a chance to go back-to-back here.
Yeah, this is terrific. Could be their 4th championship in the team's history. They went back-to-back in 2011 and 12. Won last year, of course.
16, right.
And they have a chance to go back-to-back again here. They've got some terrifically talented players. There are reasons why that they're in the championship series again, including who will be coming up here in the opening inning, Ted Williams and Cam Cook. Cam Cook won the batting title in the FCBL. You talk about back-to-back. Last year, Mickey Gasper won the batting title. Cook batted .397, was it? It came
.397 was Cook, yes.
Very close to 400.
Yep.
Mickey Gasper, though, that's going to be a tough mark to top. .421 last season to win the batting title, but keeping in that tradition, Cam Cook, who was picked up after the All-Star game by B.J. Neverett, the Silver Knights manager last season, and has been with the team since. A big reason why they won the championship last year, and he continues to lead the team in hitting this season. So he's going to come up in the 2 spot behind Ted Williams, and then Kyle Bonneke. Interesting twist with Bonneke. The Silver Knights starting shortstop is the Clark University starting shortstop for Worcester's manager, J.P. Pine, during the college baseball season. So he's got...
These guys are familiar with each other.
He's not really rooting against Kyle, I think, but just the uniform.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And knows he's in good hands playing for manager B.J. Neverett.
Right.
You know, these guys, both Pine and Neverett, do a nice job with their clubs. Good friendship between the two of them, good rivalry.
The second and third baseman for the Worcester Bravehearts are the sons of J.P. Ricciardi. Ground ball to the right side on 2 high hops. Williams' first pitch swinging. Nearly beats it out, but good job at getting over there. Sebastian Grzycki on the feed from Greg Kosinski, the first baseman, ranging wide.
Yeah, that's a play. A lot of times the pitchers kind of stand and watch.
Yeah.
But Grzycki did a nice job hustling. Had to do it Williams with pretty good speed. So heads up play by the pitcher.
Yeah, covering max territory over there. Kosinski, the first baseman, to track that one down. And that's low for ball 1 to Cam Cook. Yeah, the double play combination in the middle. J.P. Ricciardi was the longtime general manager of the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's right.
Who I did get to meet while he was the GM of the Blue Jays. I was with Rob Bradford of the Lowell Sun. We were at a spring training game where the Tigers have their spring training in Lakeland. It was Toronto against the Tigers, and they had just changed their uniforms. And JP asked myself and Bradford what we thought of the uniforms. Line drive, actually a looping lazy liner to right, and it's tracked down out there by Pat DeMarco. So 2 out.
Hung up there just long enough for DeMarco to make that play.
I told JP I thought the uniforms were kind of funereal gray. I don't think he liked it, but that's my honest opinion. I thought they only stuck with those for like 1 year. I think they had gray caps.
Yeah.
It didn't work for the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, Blue Jays like a bluebird sort of happiness, and they went with like muted gray on the caps, and it was like, no way. But how proud he must be to have 2 sons who play the game so well that they are FCBL potential championship players.
Baseball's in the blood. That's going gets through. He's gonna eat that one.
We'll have to call that an infield single for Kyle Bonneke. A tough chance for the pitcher, Sebastian Grzycki. He kind of waved at it, didn't really get a good piece of it, and it was in no man's land.
Yeah, Brian Hart made a good charge on it, gathered it up pretty quickly, but by then it was just too late, and Bonneke stands on first. So with 2 down here.
And here's the Anthony Midori. I was going to say the man's on deck, Ryan Sullivan. He have the multiple playoff homers this year and last. And strike call to Anthony Midori over the outside corner. Like maybe a slider there from Grzycki, who's also trying to strand a runner with 2 out, just as Loopy did in the top of the first. The 0-1 to Midori, misses outside.
Yeah, and Grzycki can bring the heat a little bit too. He was clocked at 91 against Bonneke, so he can change speeds pretty effectively.
Fires that one over the top in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Great graphics we have here on NashuaETV. The ball, strikes, outs. Love it. Modest lead over at first base by Bonneke. That's up and away. And it's 3-1. A hitter's count here for Midori. He's got great protection on deck in the form of Sullivan. I wouldn't be surprised if Grzycki went to a breaking ball just to get it over. He misses up and away. That fastball leaving him as far as command there in that at bat against Midori.
Yeah, he's rearing back and letting that thing fly, but it's not going where he wants it to. High and outside there for ball 4. So suddenly with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, Nashua has something going. And they're going to talk it over at the pitcher's mound.
Do they ever? Last time I think I saw Ryan Sullivan bat with 2 runners on and 2 out. It equaled a 3-run homer to right field, right center field. He powered one out of here against Bristol. Let's see what happens here in the first at-bat of Game 2. Ryan Sullivan has hit a home run in 3 straight playoff games. Big swing and a miss. That was a
nice pitch.
Slider, I believe, that started over the middle and went out over the edge.
And they're obviously playing Sullivan to pull this ball. Second baseman running over to check the runner.
The 0-1 from Grzycki to Ryan Sullivan. Misses low and away. Couple of sliders back to back.
I wouldn't be surprised here to see Worcester take a shot. We'll see if he focuses on the batter.
In the dirt.
Much easier to face Sullivan when there's nobody on base than when there are 2 Silver Knights.
Yeah. On deck is Thomas Joyce, the left-handed batter. If he gets to that point, you're sensing a pitch around here on Ryan Sullivan in a very dangerous situation for Worcester. In a scoreless game here, bottom of the first. Oh, a generous strike call on the upper outer there. Another curveball from Grzycki. 2-2 now on Sullivan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Strike 3, same spot.
Yeah.
Same spot, to be fair to Worcester and the umpire. And the breaking ball saves Grzycki in that situation. He gets Sullivan looking.
Yeah, Sullivan may have been fooled there on that pitch. And so both teams have had some base runners.
Yeah.
Nothing to show for it, but the jitters are now worked out. So go to the top of the second. Little AC/DC pumping through the speakers here at Holman Stadium, as it should be.
Yes, sir. We are doing this game on streaming NashuaETV on August 12th, of Saturday. And we do have our first Patriots preseason game. I don't know why AC/DC reminded me of that.
Probably when they come out, they play some AC/DC.
Yeah, they had their preseason game
for those about
Jason,
to rock.
So you must have enjoyed that. The football season's pretty much upon us.
Yeah, it's here, and a lot of local action here in the Gate City with Nashua North, Nashua South, and of course Bishop Girton, and
gearing up in the middle of their preseason two-a-days. All the teams.
Yeah, and these two-a-days are going the way of the dinosaur.
Are they?
They
today
really
I know Alvern had a one and done practice today.
A lot of teams mix it up, but
in the morning.
But sooner rather than later, you're going to see those done away with completely. All right, top of the second action here. Loopy gets ready to deal.
It'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Worcester Bravehearts. Pat DeMarco of Vanderbilt University gets leadoff duty.
DeMarco batted .248 in the regular season. He sends this one to center field, but it looks like it's going to stay in play.
Tyree turns it into a routine play, but it was driven about 380 feet to straightaway center field. 400 feet to center here at Holman Stadium. 311 down the right field line and 307 down the left field line to the famous low red brick wall with the numbers of 3 former Brooklyn Dodgers, including Jackie Robinson, who did not play here at Holman Stadium, nearly did, but Campanella and Don Newcomb, Roy Campanella and Don Newcomb, of course, they did play here.
Another shot to center, right at him, though.
Tyree hardly had a move for either one of these balls.
You know, interestingly enough, a lot of people talk about Campanella and Newcomb, rightfully so, but a lot of people don't know that the manager for that team here in Nashua also went on to manage the Dodgers, the Major League team, and was part of that.
Gil Hodges?
Yeah, that first World Series championship winning team.
Right. So we are 2 F8s. Down here in the Fate, Fate strikes the Worcester Bravehearts here in the second inning. And cued off the end of the bat. Brian Hart from Bryant University. Spells Brian the same way, B-R-Y-A-N. And of course, Bryant Bryan with a T on the end.
Yeah, Hart only batted 178 during the regular season. Taking a strike right there.
Obviously, J.P. Pine's got confidence in him. He's in the 7th spot in the order here, playing third base for the Bravehearts. Finds himself behind the count, 1-2. Line drive, base hit to center.
And just as we say that,
Yeah.
base knock, center field.
So they had a double in the first inning, now a base hit with 2 outs here in the second inning. Second hit off of Anthony Lupi in this game. Brings up Mariano Ricciardi, the second baseman, number 8 hitter in the lineup, left-handed batter.
Ricciardi 1 point better at 179 during the regular season. So maybe that means he'll hit a double here.
Trying to remember who's that stance reminds me of, where he's got the hands above the brim of the helmet in a kind of a crouch.
Oh, that would be Kevin Youkilis, no?
Oh, a little bit of Youkilis, yeah.
Bat's a little bit further back as they look to first.
Although, yeah, the bat actually is, I think Youkilis.
Uke had the hands up high, but the fingers were always moving and the bat was rocking back and forth. Youkilis, of course, is Tom Brady's brother-in-law.
Right. I guess it was that. He played for the Diamondbacks, and it was in the Tony Phillips. He used to spit so much. Tony Phillips. They put the camera on him. It was like, how does he have any saliva left? But he used to stand similar, I think, to
2 balls and a strike.
Mariano Ricciardi. Yeah, he's ahead in the count, and he's
Ooh, boy, a couple of gifts on both sides. So at least Blues consistent here.
Yeah, that was a generous outside corner strike call there for 2-2 on Ricciardi. He thought it should be 3-1. The pitch, the runner goes, throw to second, not in time. Oh!
He called him out. That ball was on the third base side of second, and the shortstop,
Brian Hart's called out stealing, but I don't know.
Had to reach across. No review here.
There is no video replay.
We're going to talk about it at second base, and one of the things you'll notice too is that the manager turns his back to the crowd so that the conversation has nothing to do with the people. We just want to.
NashuaETV, Jason, we're on the cusp of replay, a breakthrough, and wow!
We hooked into New York.
If there was ever one where we wanted to see again,
that was again a good throw. It looked to be a little bit to the towards the third base side of the bag, so the shortstop had to reach back across his body and make the tag, and tough call there. So
I just I don't understand it, how in a play like that, if you don't get the tag on the cleat, I mean, it almost was like if it was a force play, he would have had a chance to be safe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the tag still has to happen. So,
but
we are about 190 feet away, though.
Yeah, but we never make a wrong call up here, John. We're undefeated.
Yeah.
Unscored upon. Perfect
That's true,
games.
huh?
Yeah, Bonneke made a nice sweeping tag there.
It was a great throw. He got the ball there.
Yeah.
But so Mariano Ricciardi will lead off for Worcester when they get back up in the top of the third. Right now, the Silver Knights have the next best chance to score the first run of Game 2 of this FCBL Championship Series here. It'll be Tom Joyce, Dylan Marr, and Luke Tyree due up. The 6, 7, 8 hitters.
Ziggy deals another fastball high in the zone, wondering if he's still a little amped up here.
Here comes the 1-0 to Joyce. High to left. Looks like it's drifting into foul territory where the catch is made by the left fielder, Kevin Duty. Drifting with the ball. Not a lot of room there once you get to the track in left field, but a little bit earlier on the swing, that might have drifted just inside the pole for a nice one-run cheapie.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Instead, it's an F7, and Dylan Marr's up from Central Connecticut State. Open stance from the right side, chokes up on the bat about an inch. The catcher for the Silver Knights takes ball, strike one on the outside corner. Both pitchers seem to work with a pretty good pace. Line drive,
That's going to
base
drop
hit.
in there. Yep.
Going the opposite way. Nice hit by Marr. And that's the first hit to the outfield for the Silver Knights tonight.
And Marr goes the other way with it. And nice piece of hitting. So with one out here, Tyree up to bat out of Marymount University. And let's see how Grzycki deals with him.
Sebastian Grzycki throws one very high and outside, and ball one.
Yeah, that fastball again, really up in the zone. The bats were silenced a little bit by both teams last night.
Fouled off to the left.
So we'll have to see if they've made any adjustments. A lot of that obviously due to good pitching by both teams last night.
Yes. Sunshine no longer a factor here at Holman Stadium. The lights are on. It's getting into that, I'd say, the next 10 to 15 minutes or so where sometimes it could be tough to pick up a fly in the twilight. I don't think we're quite there yet.
We noticed the right fielder last time we were here, John, had some problems.
Yeah.
He's tracking that baseball.
Oh, we saw the Bristol right fielder take a step in and get burned.
Right. And they teach you, first step should always be back.
Yeah.
So.
And it was this time of night. Brett Koffel is the catcher for Worcester. He's from St. Leo University in Florida.
Time's called on the play here. And we're ready to resume. A shoelace issue at first base.
Yeah, I first learned of where St. Leo was when I was in college. You know, we were scouting where I wanted to go to college. And I said, that's my kind of saint. He's in Florida. High pop-up is going to stay in the infield. And it's caught right behind the mound for out number 2.
Third baseman does a good job calling off the pitcher. Anything over the pitcher's head, you usually give way to the infielders. So now 2 outs here. Bottom of the second, runner on first for the Silver Knights. We'll see if Blandini can do anything.
Looking for some magic out of the 9 spot in the order for the Silver Knights. Marr, of course, is the catcher for Nashua. You don't always expect those to be the stolen base guys. In the dirt, gets to the backstop, won't need to steal the base. As Marr sprints to second.
Advance to second.
Yeah, and it's nice to be in that spot. Now only a single needed to score him with 2 outs. I know that the Red Sox, the Major League catcher, Christian Vasquez, has stolen something like 4 out of 5. So don't sleep on the catchers.
That's right.
Good lead off of second base for Marr, and Blandini awaiting his 1-0 pitch. Big swing. Might have been a strike at the top of the zone. Can't fault Tommy for trying to give the Silver Knights a lead with that 1-0 fastball.
That was at 83 miles an hour, but it was deceiving.
Yeah.
Those high fastballs have some extra pop, hard to track.
Trying to get up on top of. 1-1. Ground ball. Going to be a tough play.
And
Base hit.
They're going to send him.
And he will score. Marr's going to sprint across
there we
first.
Go.
1-0. The Silver Knights lead it here in Game 2 of the possible decisive championship series game.
Nice piece of hitting there by Blandini. He sends it through the hole between second and short. And a good hustle play there. Rounding third and scoring was Dylan Marr. So 1-0 Silver Knights.
Yeah, he hit it just hard enough on the pace that got through the infield. Mariano Ricciardi, the second baseman, not able to get to it. Chin music there as Williams,
all right.
I don't know if it was a bluff to bunt or just squaring around to unnerve the pitcher. it worked if that was the case.
Yeah, so second time through the order. See if the Silver Knight batters have picked anything up.
Energized by that clutch hit, 2-out RBI single by their 9-spot hitter, Tom Blandini from Southern New Hampshire University.
Nice inside fastball there by Grzycki. Even the count up at 1-1.
1-1 to number 1. Ted Williams, the leadoff hitter in the order for the Silver Knights, takes a strike on the upper inner at 87.
You got to think, too, Williams, pretty good batter. Not swinging either one of those pitches. Now he's got to protect. Shorten your swing a little bit here with 2 strikes.
There goes the runner, strike 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They were running on the pitch.
Got him swinging, but the Silver Knights do score. As you see, they're up 1-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. They won the inning, Jason
They
Roby,
won
as you like
the
to say.
inning. Yeah. Some little tidbits. You know, it's funny. I may have learned that from B.J. Neverett. I worked when I first came to Nashua back in 1996, I worked a couple of baseball camps for B.J., who was the manager of the Nashua South Purple Panther baseball team, won a couple of state titles there. And a little cocktail trivia, B.J. Neverett helped me get my first teaching job in Nashua. He brought me over to Fairgrounds Middle School, where he teaches, and introduced me to the principal. And I was hired that day, so I was coaching football and had nowhere to live in the city and had no job other than the coaching. And, you know, B.J. Neverett said, let's go. He was the offensive coordinator at the time for the football team at South, brought me over to Fairgrounds Middle School, introduced me to the principal, and I was hired that day. So, yeah, I'm here largely in part to some of the efforts of B.J. Neverett.
What a great story.
Yep.
You do pick up things over the years from teammates and coaches. It's inevitable, and you like take the best stuff with you. I know.
Yeah.
I've had a long-time teammate, Paul Russo, who lives in Litchfield.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know him? Maybe it's a
different
common
Russo?
name, maybe.
Okay,
but
okay.
he was a professional baseball catcher in Australia for a few years.
Not Paul Russo.
Not the same one. Okay. And ground ball, first pitch, swinging up the middle and into center field. Mariano Ricciardi, who was at the plate when Brian Hart got caught stealing, didn't waste any time there. First pitch swinging, he's on board to lead off here in the 3rd inning. So potential tie run aboard for the Worcester Bravehearts. What I was going to say about Rue is that one of his favorite things to do, like if a guy's at the plate and he swings at a ball in the dirt, say, and the body language, out of the box, down on himself, grimacing. He used to yell, so what? So what? And it's right. It's only 1 strike.
That's right.
You know? Even if it was the 2nd strike, so what?
There's a great story about Manny Ramirez, right? So obviously when Manny was playing, there was one at bat where he didn't swing at any of the pitches. He struck out on 3 pitches, looking at all of them.
Was that against Mariano Rivera by any chance?
It was against, I don't know if it was against Mariano. It may have been against the Yankees, but
yeah.
When they asked him, he said, no, I wasn't expecting any of those pitches. So I didn't swing at any of them.
Oh, yeah.
And so, when you're that good a hitter, you know what you're looking for. And he wasn't looking for what he got, so he didn't swing.
Yeah, he had those curious responses sometimes. They were like advanced level stuff. In other words, like a major league level, a lot of times guys have to pick out a pitch because they can't hit them all.
Right.
Because they're so nasty.
Right.
Especially like when guys throw 100 and stuff. If they're not looking for 100 and they're looking for a breaking ball, they're done. They're toast if the guy throws a fastball, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he meant.
Right.
I remember he hit a home run in the 2004 World Series in the Yankee Stadium. It was a big home run. I think it was the one that hit the guy in the jacket. He came back on the field.
Okay.
And they were asking him about how come he seemed so cool about it. And he said, I remember, if I could say it the way he said it, he said,
throw to first.
are you kidding me? I'm not going to put no pressure on myself in that situation. And I'm thinking, okay, I think I know what he means.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put any pressure on myself in the World Series when we need a big hit to win the game.
They doubled him off.
What a play, they got him.
They doubled him off.
Ted Williams with a catch and throw to Tom Joyce, and they get Ricciardi too far astray from the bag. Nick Santucci, the 9-hitter from Rollins, hits into the 4-3 double play on the lineout.
And just like that, we have 2 outs here.
Two down, nobody on. Crowd buzzing about that play as this ball's ripped towards center. Tyree's got a jaunt to his right. He tracks it down easily for out number 3. Well struck ball by Trevor Johnson, the leadoff batter, the same guy who first pitch swung his first time up in the game and hit a double.
Yep.
Tyree able to catch up to that one.
Yeah, it looked that time like they had him shaded a little bit towards left field and easier to make that play. So 1-0 here. We're seeing the bat being put on the ball.
Yeah, we are.
3 hits for each team, but nothing to show yet for Worcester. Nashua coming up here in the bottom of the 3rd with a 1-0 lead.
All right, everyone. It's time for human ring toss. Our contestants are going to have to throw these hula hoops as many as they can on our Silver Knights. And it's your job to cheer them on. You guys ready? Set, go!
FCBL Championship Series in HD. Love it. We got Jim McLean, our cameraman, down on top of the first base dugout. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, standing right next to us. John Collins with Jason Roby. Tom King in the house. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, is at the controls. These games being seen all over the country, we found out recently, at various cable TV outlets, including the California Department of Corrections, the state of California Department of Corrections.
Fellas, welcome.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
I tell you, I haven't seen this much electronics. I can't believe Radio Shack's gone out of business because
I know, huh?
NashuaETV would keep them in business by themselves.
There's a lot of wires over there to the left of Jason Roby. So leadoff duty falls to the two-hitter Cam Cook, the league's leading hitter. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. An 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Sebastian Grzycki.
A little late on that swing.
Gets tied up on the hands, up and in, 0-2.
So 2 straight fastballs, I think, here. Down 0-2.
We're not seeing a lot of work in the count, Jason,
No.
but to be fair, these pitchers are coming right after these batters.
Well, and I think part of that too, John, is we are so late in the season here as the ball goes foul. We're so late in the season here that these guys, maybe the arms can't handle working long counts and working a lot of pitches. You know,
right.
If they're fresh, they can waste a few here and there. But at this point in the season, game 2 of the finals, you don't have the chance to do those things.
In the dirt.
And as we say that, he wastes one blow outside.
I know, huh?
So again, shows how much we know.
Blocks it.
Whenever we make a mistake, I say we instead of I.
I know. That's all right, because I'll share the burden too with you. Inside out swing. Cook battling here. He did waste that one pitch, but otherwise he's been just painting that inside corner and tying up Cam Cook.
And you don't want to make a mistake here to Cook. Grzycki knows that.
6 feet 205. Sebastian Grzycki misses outside. It's 2-2. He's actually from Dudley, Massachusetts. He attends Gulf Coast University, but ground ball to the second baseman. No.
He booted it. It's going to be close. He's in there.
Hustling all the way, and that was the difference. Safe at first on the error by the second baseman. Cam Cook's aboard to lead off here in the 3rd.
And an E4 there.
In and out of the glove. It might have hit more toward the heel. The hard part of the glove there on Ricciardi, and it was just that enough of a bobble with Cam Cook's speed running hard out of the box to make it to first. Good throw over and just barely back Nice quick move by the pitcher,
Yeah, that
Grzycki.
you stole the words out of my mouth. That was a nice move by Grzycki.
So the 3-hitter, Kyle Bonneke, infield single his first time up. A backdoor slider, it looked like, at 75 for strike one. As Bonneke takes a good hard look down at P.J. Nevert, his manager and third base coach. Nobody out. Cam Cook, leadoff batter, type speed. Ground ball to the second baseman. Ricciardi feeds the short for one to first in time.
Got him. Twin killing there. Nicely played.
By the Ricciardi brothers. Dante finishing it off with a strong throw, just barely nipping Bonneke on the back end. 2 out.
I think they've done some work in the backyard
I
with
think
Pops.
You're right. Yep.
And just like that, we have 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Silver Knights with a 1-0 lead. Each team with 3 hits.
Anthony Maduri, ground ball single to center. Also first pitch swinging. And he's on with 2 out. And always good to see Ryan Sullivan bat with somebody on base. As he's gotten to do.
Struck out looking last time he was up here. So
yeah. And it was on the breaking ball in the upper outer part of the zone. He's got more than enough power, Jace, to drive one out of here right center, or at least split the gap, and maybe he's going to think that way this time.
And there is a huge gap in that right center area.
He threw the same pitch. It's like a slurve combination or somewhere between a curveball and a slider, and successful with it last time. Again, and he goes
does,
that
and
way.
He does, right?
I'm sure that was meant to be a homer. He gets a single out of it. Don't you think? He was probably trying to elevate that, but he got a hit. And he was thinking that way. That's a smart hitter right there, Ryan Sullivan. Taking what you get, he gets. What you're giving you.
So something going here for the Silver Knights in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And they're going to have a conversation at the mound. With 2 outs here, Thomas Joyce coming up to bat for the Silver Knights. And he flew out to left field in his first at bat.
Nice opportunity here for Tom to add to the Silver Knights lead. 1-0.
Liking those Seattle Seahawk colored stirrup socks. Say that 3 times quickly.
Yeah, the green glow. You're right, it is the Seattle theme, isn't it? So Joyce with an opportunity here to possibly drive in Nashua's second run of the game in the bottom of the third inning. 2 out as he faces Grzycki and he throws a strike. That had been just a changeup at the top of the zone. Anthony Maduri leading off of second base. Ryan Sullivan off of first base. And Joyce calls time up for getting back into the box.
Sullivan at first, Maduri at second.
And Grzycki slowing it down a bit here with men on base in a 2-out tight spot situation. Misses with the backdoor breaking ball, and it's 1-1.
Koffel tried to frame that one. No dice.
Think if I'm Joyce here, Jason, I'm sitting on a fastball in this situation.
1-1 count.
Yeah, he's going to throw it outside from where the catcher's setting up.
Yep.
Kind of missed toward the middle, but he's a little late on it.
Yeah, a little
and
late.
He does get the strike, 1-2. So he showed him the fastball, pretty good one. And it's up to Grzycki now. He can throw just about anything up there on 1-2.
Got to
with 2
protect
out.
that plate
Right.
now. Shorten his swing a little bit with the fireballer on the mound.
At the second baseman.
Ooh, almost ate him up, but he makes the play.
Goes to the brother Dante. Mariano makes it. 4-6 on the fielder's choice to end the inning. Silver Knights threaten, but they do not score. We go to the top of the fourth. 1-0, the Silver Knights lead in a game in which they could potentially win their 4th FCBL championship. Still a lot of baseball yet to be played.
A lot of history here. We've talked about it at length regarding this stadium, Historic Holman Stadium. Did you happen to call that game, Team USA and Japan?
Yes.
You worked that game?
Yes.
Well, that must have been something. Because they see, a lot of those guys, they project them to, be signed to major league contracts to play in the big leagues. And one of the things that seemed like the common theme, the things that I heard about the game, was they had different styles of play. And I wasn't really sure what that meant. I don't know if you could maybe, what is the style for Japan versus the style for USA? Was it a fundamental thing in the field? Was it how they approached the game? I really wasn't sure what exactly that meant. And I don't know if maybe Japan does things, differently than the United States. I mean, it seems to work for them. They're obviously a great team, and obviously the way the USA plays the game, and they won the series, right? 2-1.
They did. It came down to, I think it was Farquhar, the closer, throwing 98 to close out that game. You talk about major league talent. There's a rip to left center. It's sinking fast. Maduri closes it off easily in left field. Makes the catch. A lot of first pitch swinging, a lot of hard struck balls, a lot of atom balls for Worcester.
Yeah.
So Kevin Duty, who led off the inning, actually, Kevin Duty, the 2-hitter. Lines out to left field. So Craig Kosinski from Marist College, the 3-hitter in the order, batting with 1 out and nobody on base. And that outside corner's been there for the getting for these pitchers tonight. Our home plate umpire with a wide zone down low. There's a curveball up and in that backs Kosinski off the plate a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Center
in the
field
air.
is busy. Going to drop shortstop.
Bonnicky, nice job of backpedaling to get that. This is that time of night where I mentioned that it could be tough to pick up the ball, but it's nice to have young eyes. That helps.
Right, and because I thought that was going to the center field.
Yeah,
the shortstop ends up playing it in short left.
Yeah.
Once again, why I'm up here and they are down there.
So 2 outs to Brett Koffel, the catcher from St. Leo. Rounded out to shortstop his first time up. And a changeup from Loopy, misses up and away. Great crowd on hand here at Holman Stadium. Game 2, Game 3, if necessary, would be here tomorrow night. But these fans and this team are all about clinching the title this evening. We've got a 1-0 lead to work with.
Loopy picking up that outside corner on the previous pitch.
Ground ball through into center field despite the dive by Teddy Williams. 2 out, base runner aboard.
Williams
for Worcester.
making a solid effort on that ground ball. Not sure he would have got him, but a great effort nonetheless.
So here's Pat DeMarco, flied out to center his last time up. This Worcester team's been squaring up some of these loopy offerings, but the defense has been in the right spot most of the time.
DeMarco batted .248 during the regular season.
He is from Vanderbilt University. Ground ball foul off the end of his bat. Lives in Staten Island, New York. Loopy's pitch is on the inside corner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Painting the corners well is Loopy. He worked the outside corner, now the inside corner.
You notice our home plate umpire sets up over that inside corner and got a good look at it. That's a base hit to right.
That's a good piece of hitting there.
That's good 2-strike hitting.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
that ball almost hit the runner, which would have been an out.
Yep.
But it snuck through. Runners on first and second.
Two outs, but two on, as two straight singles by the Bravehearts puts Dante Ricciardi at the plate of St. Petersburg University, and a chance to tie the game here.
Did he
with a
fly
single.
out to center field?
Yes, he did.
So
that's low and away.
And they're not playing him to pull.
No. Straight away at all positions, maybe a step to the opposite field as Luke Tyree in center. And Dante holds the hands on the bat similar to his brother, pretty high near the brim of the helmet. Also a left-handed batter. 2 balls and no strikes. The count in Ricciardi's favor. Fouled off to the left. He had a good hack at the 2-0 fastball. At 85 miles an hour, that was probably the fastest pitch that Loopy has thrown tonight. Reaching back a little bit here in the 4th inning. We have 3 umpires. Is it 4 umpires working the game? Yeah, I thought there was 3 against Bristol. I guess there's 4 for the championship series. That answers that.
There you go. That's going to get out. That's over towards the playground area. There's a lucky fan.
Yeah.
Nice job, young man.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out and 2 on here in the top of the 4th inning. Worcester trying to tie it up. Anthony Loopy trying to seal the deal and get out unscathed again.
Deuces are wild.
Koffel leading off of second base. The pitch to center. Tyree back a couple steps, plants, catches it, 3 out.
Had him shaded just the right way.
He
that
did,
ball
didn't he?
back to him. Boy, nice play out there in center, and Worcester is retired. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
1-0. The Silver Knights enjoying the slimmest of leads, but the Anthony Loopy continues to be shut down as the starting pitcher for the Silver Knights in a game in which both managers told me before the game, Jason, they've got the full complement of arms ready. So any faltering at all, I would think at this point in the game, 4th, 5th inning, they're going to come out of there and they got some real big guns waiting.
Well, look, you know, if I'm Nashua, if I'm BJ Neverett, I don't want there to be a tomorrow night, right? I want this thing over and done with tonight, so it would only make sense to have your best guys ready to go in a tight game. And on the other side, JP Pine has to think the same thing. If we don't win, there is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, ironically enough, the different kinds of thinking with the same result. We got to use the guys that we have to get the desired result, which is a win. Obviously, Worcester trying to force a decisive game 3, which I believe would be here tomorrow night at 5:05. I'm not 100% certain. We'll get back to you with that. And Nashua looking to secure back-to-back FCBL championships.
We could see a celebration before the night is done. An exciting prospect here on NashuaETV. The bottom of the order for the Silver Knights tonight. They've been up 1 time. They're 2 for 3, and they are due up in this inning. 7, 8, and 9 hitters: Dylan Marr, Luke Tyree, and Tom Blandini.
Marr had a single, I believe, his first at bat. And this is still Grzecki, on the hill for Worcester.
Dylan Marr of Central Connecticut State to lead off here in the bottom of the 4th. Looks at a ball high.
Each team with 5 hits. Worcester with 1 error. Nashua with 1 run. Did he go? They check it first. He says no.
So Marr sitting pretty here, 2-0, leading off the inning as Luke Tyree on deck. That's high, 3-0. Sebastian Gerzicki in danger of a 4-pitch walk to start the fourth.
Looks like Gerzicki's velocity is down a little bit, but the pitches are still a little high. And as I say, he pops one in at 86.
And right at the top of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike to Marr. There is a pitcher warming up in the Worcester bullpen. Ball 4 low. So a 5-pitch walk to Marr. He's aboard. And here comes Luke Tyree.
Now batting center fielder number 7, Luke Tyree.
Yeah, you would imagine with all like 11 or 12 pitchers for each team ready to go, and JP Pine and DJ Neverett with an opportunity to pick the hottest pitcher among them to go next, that they probably won't wait. They'll probably have a quick hook here. But high fly ball, and that one I kind of lost it, but see the center fielder's body language that he had it all the way as Trevor Johnson catches it for out number 1.
Yeah, Johnson 3 or 4 steps back, settled underneath it, made a nice play.
Now, the other point I was going to make with all these quality arms ready is that it magnifies the importance of every run scored.
Right.
Because they're going to be tougher and tougher.
Well, these pitchers they realize there might not be a tomorrow, so they are dialed in.
Yeah.
And they're going to give everything they have. They can rest tomorrow. Can the Silver Knights, should they win here tonight.
Up and away. Or they can go to Canopy Lake Park.
Yeah, sure.
Or they can go home.
Yeah. I prefer rest. Or if you're like me, you're going to trim the bushes.
Oh, right. Working on
Actually, I think
hedges.
I'm painting the shed tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, good times. Living the dream, baby.
Strike on the inner lower part of the zone. Tom Blandini, the batter, kind of gave the umpire a look of
Unorthodox quick move
Ryan
over to
Newsman.
first there.
Yeah, he's got quick feet, does Gerzicki. You can't fall asleep on them as a base runner. Gets it over there quick. The 1-1 pitch to Blandini, and he fouls it. There's a changeup there from Gerzicki. Heading the count 1-2. Ted Williams, top of the order, due up on deck. Blandini fighting to stay alive here in a 1-2 count. Good pitching, good defense. The game's moved along to this point. We hit the 8 o'clock mark, and we're in the 4th inning. Ground ball right at the shortstop. The second for 1. The first base in time.
Yeah, it was in time and nicely turned again. Nicely turned again by the brothers Ricciardi.
Yep, and on the receiving end, Greg Kosinski, the first baseman. So a double play does end the Silver Knights there in the 4th inning. They'll have the top of the order due up in the 5th. 1-0 Nashua leads it here at Historic Holman Stadium.
All right, fans, it's now time for the powdered sugar challenge.
And really, at this point in the year, John, you can see why these two teams are playing here today. You're getting good, clean baseball for the most part. You know, solid hitting, solid base running, decent starting pitching.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the moment is not bigger than these teams. They've been here before. You expect good, clean baseball at this point of the year, and they're giving it to you.
Nashua and Worcester met 7 times earlier this season. The Silver Knights actually got edged in the season series 4-3.
Just like Bristol.
Yeah.
Just like Bristol.
Right, so the playoffs have been a different story to this point.
Well, pie eating contest there down on the first base side.
Not only did, by the way, Cam Cook named the league batting champ, finishing the regular season with 81 hits and a .387 batting average, but that was also a league record, 81 hits in this short summer league season.
Is that
so
right?
Terrific accomplishment there with Cam Cook. He actually got more hits even than Mickey Gasper got in his 421 season. Mickey walked a lot. He worked a lot of counts.
Brian Hart leading off here.
And call me crazy. I know this is the FCBL. It's not the Cape Cod League, but Mickey Gasper reminded me so much of Wade Boggs. I think some major league team needs to draft him and take a chance on him. I mean,
did he have the full beard like Boggs did? Or
no, he didn't. No, he not yet. Anyway, give him some time. He might be able to grow one. But he had so many terrific at bats where he would just get the right pitch.
Yeah.
Or else he'd walk, you know, and he could hit for extra bases. He could hit to left, right. You couldn't shift him.
Well, the more pitches you see, right, in an at bat, the better you can read a pitcher.
Very high to center. Tyree couldn't find it at first, and now he does. Bit of panic there for Luke Tyree, even with the young eyes. That was difficult for a few seconds. He put himself in the right spot. When the ball re-emerged into his vision, he was able to locate it quickly and make the catch. But you could see just a moment he had lost it in the twilight sky.
Right fielder hustling over to back him up, knew that he was having some trouble seeing the ball, so good job of backing him up just in case. And
Mariano Ricciardi back up there. That was foul ball, just foul. Ricciardi grounded, hit a single his first time up. Brian Hart, who just flied out to center, had singled his first time up as well before he was caught stealing. One out.
Playing him very deep in right field.
This is going to be a fair ball and a tough play. No chance.
Yeah, had to eat it.
Mariano Ricciardi, which with something that looked like one of those Kansas City Royals artificial turf hits back in the 1980s, and George Brett was and Amos Otis and Willie Wilson were going at it. You know, Frank White. They used to do things like that, the crazy stuff. It took a springboard bounce, might have been off the plate, and as soon as it went over Cam Cook's head at third, no chance for Kyle Bonneke deep in the hole. So it is an infield single with one out. Ricciardi on base. Ground ball to second baseman. Williams to Bonneke for one, to Joyce for two.
Wow.
4 double plays in the game, 2 for each team. As it continues to move right along, the Silver Knights leading 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. A 4-6-3 double play.
Very well turned, throwing against his body.
All right, fans.
Made a nice play.
NCC trivia. I'm joined with Nick. All right, first question, Nick. In the 2010
And that was Williams.
Which team, other than the Yankees,
to Bonneke to Sullivan. Textbook.
He's 1 for 1. Let's make some noise for him, folks. All right, second question. What American League baseball team plays home games in a stadium nicknamed the Big A?
The A's. Or is it the
Angels?
Angels?
Unfortunately, it is the Angels.
The Angels, you're right.
Yes.
The Big A, the Anaheim A. That's right.
What MLB team has lost the World Series a record 12 times?
Do we have a pitching change here, John? I think we
The
might.
Dodgers is right. Let's hear it for Nick. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Give him a hand, everyone, and let's go Knights!
Yeah, we have a new pitcher on the hill. Looks
For
like
Worcester.
Justin Willis, number 27.
Yep.
Right-handed pitcher, 5'11", 190.
A Vanderbilt freshman from North Bergen, New Jersey, is the new pitcher for Worcester.
So Grzycki's night is done. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run. And they will turn it over to the bullpen. Justin Willis.
Willis at 5'11" and 190 pounds. With his warm-up tosses here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Silver Knights will send the top of the order up there. And Ted Williams, Cam Cook, and Kyle Bonneke are due up.
Willis had a 3-1 record during the regular season, a 3.77 ERA. Started 5 games for the Bravehearts, 31 innings pitched. So when you look at the number of innings pitched, he was up there, somewhere maybe in the middle.
So Ted Williams getting to face a right-hander for the first time tonight. Actually, no, it was Grzycki a right-hander?
Grzycki was the lefty, I believe, right?
I know Loopy's a lefty and Grzycki. I've already forgotten which side he throws from.
I think Grzycki was a...
Oh, he's a righty also, huh? Well, obviously, J.P. Pine going to his best pitcher available, and that regardless of righty-lefty.
So that outside corner that we've seen so much tonight, not called right there.
Yeah, it disappeared on Willis, although that might have been low, and that's low. Ball 4.
4-pitch walk. So
Silver Knights with their leadoff batter aboard, looking for insurance runs. They got their one and only run in the second inning. An RBI single by Tom Blandini.
So you're Cam Cook here. And this pitcher from Worcester is not throwing a strike yet. You taking all the way on the first pitch?
I suppose you are.
So you know he's not going to, right?
Yeah, it doesn't ever work out the right way, right?
They're showing bunt. They're trying to manufacture something here.
And the sack works.
Looked like he could have gone to second. Looked like that bunt was right-handed pitcher falling off towards the first base side.
Yep.
Gathered it up, hit, bunted relatively hard. Looked like he could have thrown to second, but nevertheless goes to first. Runner in scoring position.
So in scoring position is Cam Cook. Ted Williams. Cam Cook with the successful sacrifice, and jumping out of the way of it was Kyle Bonneke. He has singled and hit into a double play. 4-6-3. Of course, Worcester's already turned a couple of twin killings in the middle, and they'd love another one here with one out.
The brothers Ricciardi.
Hard hit, base hit to right.
That sacrifice could be huge.
They're going to wave him home. The throw by DeMarco off to the first base side. 2-0. The Silver Knights lead it on an RBI single by Kyle Bonneke.
That is a great play by Bonneke. Great hustle by Williams. And you can't overlook Cam Cook's sacrifice bunt to move Williams into scoring position. That throw is a little bit better up the line. Maybe it's a close play.
Yeah.
But no soup for you. 2-0.
Anthony Maduri with a chance to keep the rally going. Bluffs a bunt. And the first base umpire calls it a strike, I guess.
Was it a strike, or was it that he didn't pull the bunt back fast enough?
Yeah, I think they had him offering at it.
Okay, all right.
Because it was low and outside in the dirt.
Right.
So Bonneke, he of the RBI single leading off of first, and Maduri swings at the 0-1 and fouls it back to the screen 0-2. Anthony Maduri. From Columbus, New Jersey. 6'3", 185 pounds. The left fielder for the Silver Knights.
Ooh.
Swung on and missed, strike 3.
That was a good pitch.
Yep, perfect 2-strike pitch.
And, Willis needed that.
Yeah, he did. Here's Ryan Sullivan. He was 1 for 2 off the starter.
Caught looking his first at bat, singled in his second at bat.
Let's see if the Koffel, the catcher for Worcester, continues to call breaking balls with Sullivan up there, and they do. Yeah. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. A couple of fans are calling out to Worcester, pitch it to him, which I suppose means a fastball in the strike zone someplace.
I'm sure J.P. Pine is saying just the opposite.
Yeah. There's another changeup, look like, down and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
It's like they're heeding their manager's advice. They're not giving it anything to
You know,
drive.
you got Willis out there, a Division I Vanderbilt University pitcher. I don't see him just pitching around the whole time. And there
you go. Right.
Actually, 77 miles an hour. Maybe a splitter or something there. It wasn't the number 1 pitch. Sullivan was geared up for it. So he was willing to go 3-0. Ground ball.
Nice play by the third baseman there.
Yeah.
Great stab.
Kind of a do or die play for Brian Hart, and he makes it.
Yeah,
for
Hart
the third
out of
out.
Bryant makes a nice play, extends the glove, nice solid throw to end the inning here. But Silver Knights win that inning.
They do. They put one up, and as you see, they lead it 2-0 as we go to the top of the 6th at Holman Stadium.
So here we are, the Nashua Silver Knights with a 2-0 advantage as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Each team with 6 hits. Worcester with 1 error.
So it's a key point in the game for Worcester in that they have the top of the order coming up here.
Right.
And the Silver Knights are going to a relief pitcher of their own.
Right.
So Worcester, you don't know how many chances the top of the order is going to get again for the Bravehearts. They need 2 runs to tie it. So it's a key moment in the game.
Yeah, it looks like Cam Cruz taking the hill here for Nashua.
From Eastern Michigan University, Cam Cruz.
Tom King raved about Cruz.
Yep. Unhittable, he called him, I think. He's not a big guy as far as pitchers go, 5'10", 160 pounds. He definitely lives in a baseball hotbed, Chandler, Arizona, where it's probably, 114 degrees today?
Right, in the shade.
And pitches for Eastern Michigan, as we said, right-hander.
But it's a dry heat, John. How about good? It's a dry heat.
That's it.
It's like, what is that?
Yeah.
So Cruz during warm-ups looked like he featured a nice breaking ball and came in at 70 and got up to 80, looked like 86 on the gun with his fastball. So we'll see.
Trevor Johnson, the leadoff hitter for Worcester, has seen 2 pitches tonight. He doubled off the left field wall and flied out to center. And he takes one.
Taken all the way there.
85 on the gun from Cruz on the inside corner. Not a great pitch to hit, really, unless you're looking inside. And big swing and a miss.
There's that breaking ball we talked about.
And it's quickly 0-2 on Johnson, the leadoff hitter for the Bravehearts out of Dartmouth College.
So it looks like Johnson has seen Cruz's 2 best pitches. We'll see what the third pitch has. Ooh, breaking ball a little high there.
Yeah, it looked like it was a slider that
Was it? Okay.
nearly caught the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3, rings him up. He thought it was down. The umpire said it caught the corner at the knees. So Trevor Johnson strikes out looking to start off the 6th inning. It did look like catcher Dylan Meyer's glove hit the dirt as he made the catch, as he received the ball, but sometimes those breaking balls, they come down at just the right angle and you get the call. Fouled off the far right of the screen behind home plate, and I'm sure the fans behind the Silver Knights on deck circle appreciate that catch made by the netting. 0-1 is the count on Kevin Duty. The 2-hitter fouls it into the middle. Another quick 0-2 count on a top of the order hitter for Worcester. Duty grounded out and flied out so far tonight. Cam Cruz pitching, did he get the feeling like a closer?
Well, he's working from the stretch. There's no windup here.
fouled off to the right. Like
Yeah.
he's got that sense of urgency. We're only in the 6th inning,
Right.
but he's pitching like a closer. And
But
as
don't
you
change
said,
what you do. If you have
exactly.
success, do what
Yeah.
you do, right?
If you got to manufacture your own drama and say, hey, it's closing inning and I'm going to go for 3 quick outs, go for it. That's lofted down the right field
It's gonna
way.
be foul, just a matter of where. They out of play.
Good hustle by Blandini and by Ted, actually the first baseman, Tom Joyce, getting
Joyce,
over there.
right.
Kevin Duty out of University of Maine, awaiting another 0-2 pitch from Cruz, and that's high for ball 1.
Duty batted .353 during the regular season, so he can put the bat on the ball.
5'8", 150. He's from Canton, Massachusetts.
Oh,
And he goes down swinging. 2
Goes chasing
strikeouts
there. And that pitch well outside the strike zone.
Yes, it was.
Duty just waved at it. 2 quick outs here.
2 up and 2 down in the Worcester 6th. And here's Greg Kosinski, the first baseman, left-handed batter.
Popped up to the shortstop, I think, last at bat.
I'm going to say it's a dangerous count for Cruz. He's got the quality fastball, but Kosinski, their best hitter, lefty, hits it high and deep to right center. Tyree's got a beat on it, and he catches it at the track,
Wow.
just a step shy.
1 step on the warning track. That ball was taken for a ride by
Yeah,
Kaczynski,
it was. You know, putting myself in his shoes,
Oh.
lefty batter,
Yeah.
1-0 count, a pitcher that's throwing
Yeah.
nothing but strikes.
Yeah.
That was a good bid by Kaczynski, but just got under it a little bit. And the Silver Knights are doing well. They are going to the bottom of the 6th with a 2-0 lead, a chance to add to it. And what could be their last Mississippi State dance of the summer.
Here we go. And the people in the crowd pumping their fists along
Oh,
with
yeah, they
everybody's jumping around.
What a fun summer it has been again here at Holman Stadium. You've touched on the USA-Japan game as one of the highlights, Jason. To host that kind of talent, that series here was a joy. It was also the decisive game in that series, which was won by the USA. A 1 or 2 run game that it was.
Let's go! Let's make some noise! Come on!
That was, is that a snake dance? Is
There
that
was a
what it's
reverse, reverse worm. He did the reverse
worm.
There you go. Yeah.
Stig McAleenan,
Oh,
number 6. How about that? Huh?
Good for you.
And even if he tweaked something, he's already pitched last night, right?
Right. Exactly.
He pitched the win in game 1.
Exactly right.
Stig Eric
McAleenan pitched a great game last night.
from Drake, Massachusetts, just down the street.
There you go.
And he has put the Silver Knights in a position where they could win the championship tonight.
First baseman number 24, Thomas Joyce.
So Joyce up to bat will face Willis, the right-hander.
Joyce is grounded out and flied out tonight. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up here for the Silver Knights in the bottom of the 6th. Disappointed Brett Koffel there. He framed that outside corner, and as you said, Jason, seems to have gone away here.
Yeah, a little bit. There's 88 on the gun there.
Yeah. Somebody must have taken a chainsaw to the edges there. 1-1, 90 miles an hour from Justin Willis. Let's see why Vanderbilt has him in the fold. The 1-1 on the way. Strike 2, also at 90. And Willis working quickly. Just high. Worcester fans wanted that one, and you get to hear how many Worcester fans did make the trip, quite a few. Most sitting on the third base side of Holman Stadium. The 2-2 pitch is on the way to Tom Joyce, leading off in the bottom of the sixth. Did tip it, but right into the mitt for strike 3 swinging. 1 up, 1 down for the Silver Knights.
Yeah, Willis needed that.
Yeah, you would think that it is imperative for Worcester to not allow any more runs. With all these available arms, quality arms, every run so precious late in the game. Dylan Marr has been perfect on the night, a walk and a single. Big swing and it fouls it straight back. 92 on the gun. The fastest pitch thrown tonight was thrown just there by Justin Willis, the Vanderbilt University freshman from North Bergen, New Jersey. And it was fouled straight back by Marr. Checks his swing, enough. Called a ball. 1-1 is the count on Marr. And the pitch.
That's
Ground
in the
ball
hole.
and through. Solidly struck. Single up the middle by Dylan Marr. A 1-out base runner aboard for the Silver Knights. And here's Luke Tyree, who's popped up and flied out in 2 trips. Nobody warming up in either bullpen right now. You got Cam Cruz cruising along for the Silver Knights. It'll be interesting to see how many innings he does throw. Foul back over our left shoulder. And again, coming right after the hitters, Justin Willis. And Tyree, just a tad late and or under it, 0-1. The pitch, up and away.
Side again. There's a great speech out there, John. I don't know if you ever heard the man named John Scalinos. He passed away a few years ago, but he used to speak at baseball conferences, and he has this great speech called "Don't Widen the Plate." And any of you baseball fans out there, a swing and a miss.
Is it on YouTube?
There by Tyree. Yeah, I think you can find it if you do a Google search. Don't widen the plate, and it talks about how at every level, home plate is the same size, whether it's little league, high school, college, major league. And basically, what they're saying is, you don't make excuses. The home plate is, if things don't go well for you, you don't change the size of home plate so that it's easier for kids or young kids or adults or whatever. You keep it the same. You have to work to protect that plate. And if you get a chance to read it, any baseball fans out there, it's really a metaphor for life, and especially if you're a baseball fan or young men or women who play the game of baseball or softball, it's a great thing to read. And swing.
Foul tipped at the plate. It's funny that I wasn't familiar with that speech or that philosophy, but I was familiar with Ted Williams had this pet peeve or passion. I think he thought that home plate was too big for little leaguers. There were a lot of strikeouts for little leaguers because it's 17 inches wide for them too, and you get Little League World Series where the guys throw the equivalent of 100.
But they're much closer.
They're much closer. So he said it was, and he was always a hitter mentality guy.
Right.
Anyway, he says it was unfair in favor of the pitchers. So Tyree goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. 2 strikeouts for Willis in this inning. You're geared up for that 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and you get the breaking ball.
Right.
So Tom Blandini has one of the 2 runs batted in this game for the Silver Knights. The 9-hitter also bounded into one of those 4-6-3 double plays that they turned. Sorry. Food has been delivered here in the booth. High fly ball to shallow left, and it's an easy play for Kevin Duty. That's the third out of the inning. So the Silver Knights do get a base hit, but they leave a runner. We go to the top of the 7th. We're in the last third of the game, folks. 7, 8, and 9 innings due up. And the Silver Knights lead this potential championship clinching game 2-0.
I'm here. Mr. Peterman from Worcester. And Nashua's own season ticket holder, Tammy. We're going to have a little dance battle. You guys ready? You guys ready? All right, let's do this.
Tammy, let's go.
A little dance off out here.
Get to the first turn. Right here. Do it.
All right, folks, make some noise. If you think the man right here
So
won.
anyway, John, the premise of that whole thing was, what do you do with a pitcher that can't throw the ball over the 17 inches of the plate? What they don't say is, oh, you can't hit that target? We'll make it 18 inches or 19 inches. We'll make it 20 inches so you have a better chance of hitting it. If you can't hit that spot, let us know. We'll make it even wider still, say 25 inches. And the whole premise behind it is you don't do that. You don't change the way you do things because someone falls short of that mark. Like, what do you do if your player shows up late to practice? You don't say, oh, that's okay. We'll give you an extra 5 minutes, or we'll give you an extra 10 minutes. It's about accountability.
I agree with that.
They use the baseball analogy for being held accountable. It's a really good read.
Cam Cruz retired. Worcester 1-2-3. Top of the order 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. So now he works to the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Brett Koffel of St. Leo, the catcher for Worcester, gets leadoff duty. Here in the 7th. It's getting late early for Worcester, as Yogi Berra used to say. High pop-up. Tom Joyce has it in his sights, and the first baseman puts it away. 1 up, 1 down here in the 7th.
So 1 away now for the Silver Knights.
Cruz delivers to Pat DeMarco. Has flied out in single tonight. Stirring in the Silver Knights bullpen.
Well, they're only going to go, John Collins, with Cruz probably 2 innings.
Okay.
That's all he's really used to.
Yep.
So, they wanted to get as much as they could out of Loopy. They got 62 pitches out of him. I thought they probably could have stretched him a little bit more, but they didn't.
Hard hit to center, but Tyree's over there, 2 out.
One of the things, too, when you look at what Cruz is able to do, these aren't deep at bats. These are 3-pitch at bats.
That's just it. If he keeps that up, they might go another inning with him.
Right.
But you also keep in mind, you're playing for tonight, but pitch count rule-wise, you're also pitching for tomorrow.
Right.
They don't want to go into, if they have to go to a game 3, they don't want to go with no quality relievers. So they have to be careful.
Dante Ricciardi's got a pair of fly outs to center tonight.
He's a tough out. He was a tough out last night in Worcester.
Got a 1-0 count here against Cruz.
Hit an RBI double to drive in the only run for the Bravehearts in last night's game. And just as you say it, Jason, he goes 2-0.
So this third pitch should be a hit or an out. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Yep. High ball 3.
Yeah. Green light here, Tom?
No, down 2 runs. No, I wouldn't do it.
2 outs.
They're taken all the way. Yep.
The Ricciardi brothers do go to different Florida schools. Dante to St. Petersburg, his brother Mariano to for Atlantic. Very hard hit, but right at the right fielder. Hardly having to move
correctly.
was
So what
Tom
do we got?
Blandini.
7 pitches in that inning, 8 pitches?
Not too
Yeah.
shabby.
He might be able to go another inning. They might stretch him. I don't know.
It looks like Kyle Jackson shook his hand as if that was the game plan. 2 innings and done.
Yep, probably. And then I would imagine.
To play to your point too, Tom, do you think it's with the thought that, look, it's only 2-0. We've got to be smart about tomorrow if there is a tomorrow.
I think you've got to be.
Yeah.
But I think they had it scripted. I think probably going to see Jason Jandro probably to pitch the 8th and Murphy to close the 9th if that's what they want to do. I don't know.
There's a guy in the bullpen throwing about 93
That's
miles an hour right now.
That's Jandro.
Yeah.
BJ Neverett says he has just somehow during the season transformed from a thrower to a pitcher who can give hitters gas and give opposing managers gas too.
Yeah.
He can really bring it. And his college coach, I guess, talked to BJ and said, well, look at his stats. They're not that great regular season wise. BJ said, forget it.
Hey,
just look at what he's done over the last 2 or 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. He said it's amazing.
Hey, as what we've seen, you could throw the regular season out the window for a lot of this stuff. You get a 5-6 team here playing in the finals. It's
2 best overall franchises in the league. I mean, they're the best run.
Yeah.
Nashua's probably going to take a look at the attendance figures. See, last Sunday night the attendance figures were on there, but they weren't, or Monday night, but they weren't reported. Were they second? Are they still second? 1460 tonight. Yeah, I'm not talking about tonight's crowd, but Nashua's one of the top, franchises, obviously, with what they've done.
Ted Williams jackknifes out of the way of ball 1. Ted walked and scored his last time up. The top of the order for the Silver Knights here.
Still don't feel comfortable unless they tacked on a couple more, and even then,
It was 7th inning stretch time right there, and I didn't even feel like we needed to stretch.
It's been here an hour and 35 minutes, right?
Don't jinx me, guys. This is deadline time.
This is Bristol time, I think, last time we said that, right?
Yeah.
This is
2-1, the count.
They're 6 outs away.
Justin Willis working quickly for Worcester. Foul far down the left field line.
You have to wonder, too, the next time Worcester comes up, are they going to start pressing a bit, or are they just going to play their game?
I think they're going to play their game. They're not a powerful hitting team.
Ground ball, shortstop, in to get it. Ricciardi makes the play.
Play by Ricciardi.
Williams can motor down.
Dante Ricciardi with the play at short. And 1 up, 1 down, and the Silver Knights 7th to Cam Cook.
You see, you really want it. You got 1, 2, 3 coming up. You figure this is the inning where you might be able to do some damage. Leadoff man ground to short. Now let's see what the other 2 guys can do here.
Cam Cook, the league's leading hitter, set the season record with the 81 hits. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Reached on an error by the second baseman.
Chases a rare bad pitch chase for Cam Cook.
He waved at that one.
He's 0-2 in the count right now as he faces Willis. It's 93 miles an hour on an 0-2 pitch.
Right there. He reared back and brought it to Willis.
He wasn't wasting anything.
No.
And Cook, credit to him, got a piece of it and spoiled it. And he lost it to center, and it's going to get down for a hit.
That's what Cam Cook will do. I tell you, there's nothing you don't like about this guy. He just finds a way.
He won the at-bat. With 1 out, he's on base.
Finds a way. Looks silly on a breaking ball way outside. And then gets on.
So Cook's aboard for Kyle Bonneke, who's had a good night. He's 2 for 3. Didn't hit it to double play. He's got a run batted in.
He looks to bunt, but I don't think you want to do that here. If he's bunting for single, but not down to third base.
Yeah, it was I think where he wanted to bunt it, but the third baseman, Brian Hart,
he
was
ready
charging.
for it. Yeah, he was ready for it. Now you slap one by him, that's a different story. Ooh,
On the upper outer for
He's
strike
earned the
one.
outside corner. He had to earn it, John.
Yeah.
That's how it was. He had
Tell
to
you
earn
what,
that
Worcester
outside
pitchers
corner.
have done a good job of being ahead in the count tonight.
Yeah, they have. On those times where, quick throw over, on those times when the batters let them get ahead in the count, there's been a lot of first pitch swinging tonight.
Yes, there has been. It's a lot of anxiety. I mean, a lot of anxiety. This is a clinching game. It was.
Yep.
Last night a little bit different. It was kind of a rear back and sit back and see what the other team's doing type of game. Although Worcester did start strong. Nashua kind of took. Ryan Sullivan talked about. I finally figured out after a couple at bats how they were pitching me the whole bit.
Hey, here comes Tom. You got a lefty batter, the 3-hitter. You got a 2-1 count, a guy that throws 93 miles an hour. Could be a big noise here if Bonicki can get the bat head out. And he almost hit him with it.
Well,
he was
but
gonna
he showed
bunt
bunt.
again.
He
showed
What are
bunt.
you doing?
Bunt.
I'm thinking about cranking one, and he's like throwing bunt. I don't know.
Now he's got the 3-1 count.
3-1.
You got to steal BJ's signals from up here.
I think there's going to be another 93-mile-an-hour fastball here.
Yeah, he's not butting on this one.
And he
Allows
actually
the walk.
took, he actually took something off, and
This
he
is it
missed.
now. See, this is where you win the game.
Yes.
You've got to take advantage of this. First,
Yes.
second, one out. Your 3-4 guy, or your 4-5 guys, your
Yep.
RBI guys coming up. You've got to make something happen here.
Anthony Maduri's been on base twice tonight. He walked in the first, had a single and advanced to second and the third, and he struck out his last time at bat. And the Worcester Bravehearts going to have a little conference on the mound.
They do have a pitcher warming up.
Well,
And they're gonna make the change.
Gillis is out.
Yep. So Willis is done. He did not allow a run, but he does leave 2 base runners aboard. And the way the Silver Knights staff is set up, those are 2 huge runs out there that Worcester just simply cannot afford to allow.
I just have a hard time imagining John Doe and Murphy, if it's back-to-back, giving up 4 runs if they can get these 2 in. But in this game, you don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything can happen.
Taking the mound now is Frank Moscatello. Hope I said that. Moscatello, right-handed pitcher, 5'9", 190, a senior from Rocky Point, New York, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Pretty much over the top delivery from Moscatello.
He has a 1-1 record, regular season, .98 ERA. Not a large sample size there. 14 games, 7 saves. So,
Yeah, you're going to one of your best relievers right now in a playoff situation. That's why he's in this game. You stop it here.
appears that he was the closer
Yeah, he was.
for most of the year, right? He has the most saves, so probably going to look to get a couple from him.
Now they'll be careful how long they use him.
Again, in case there's a tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. start time. For
Really?
Game. Yes,
Yeah.
5 p.m.
If necessary.
Yep.
John Drow has slowed the pace of his warming up in the
Well,
bullpen.
yeah, I think he's all ready to go. He's just
Yeah.
waiting around, you know.
Through the pitching change here for Worcester. Only 1 out. Runners on first and second with speed. Cam Cook is at second. Kyle Bonneke is at first base. And here's Anthony Maduri. who's
Great
walked,
move, I
singled,
think, by Pine to bring in the closer here.
Yeah. Why save him at this point?
Right.
It's a key point in the game.
Right.
Moscatello fires a strike.
Yeah, there you go. Strike one. That's what you want to see from your reliever.
I would think, too, that a 2-0 deficit is a different world from 3-0.
Sure is. Just like last night, 3-1 lead was they tacked on a run in the ninth to make it 4-1. Much different bottom of the ninth when Worcester had a guy or two on.
The 0-1 pitch from Moscatello, and it's in the dirt.
Oh, and it gets by.
Two runners in
that's
scoring
huge.
position.
Eliminates the double play. You get the sac fly.
Yeah.
A lot of things now can happen.
Now, I would say normally in this situation, you're going to walk the guy, set up a force, but why they won't do it?
Sullivan.
The guy on deck, yes. They need to get Maduri actually so they can walk Sullivan.
Yes,
They do. They need
they'll
to
walk
get him.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
And let and
Go
make,
after
Thomas
Joyce.
Go after Joyce.
Even though it's a righty-lefty matchup,
Right.
they would do
So
that.
this is big.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Remember, Dury's going to be swinging here.
And, ooh, look out. Did that hit anybody?
It had to.
Oh, yeah.
Had to. There's no way I could avoid it.
Hopefully they're okay. That's
Yeah, you
one of
don't see
those-
anybody in.
It's a full house over there on
Yep,
the right
it is.
side.
He jammed him.
Looks like they're getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, somebody got hit.
So that's the,
Pitch is low here. It's 2-2.
yeah, very few times we've seen that happen, fortunately, this season. And it looks like the person's going to be okay. It's not pleasant, but it's not anything too serious, apparently. Big swing and a miss, and he gets
That's
Maduri.
big.
And that might be Sullivan's ticket to first base.
Huge, huge strikeout.
That was huge. That's why he's in there.
2 out.
Attendance tonight, guys, 2,469.
There you go.
Nice.
Good numbers. Way to represent Nashua. Good job.
Well, I might have misspoke about the automatic walk. No, they're going to put him
Yeah,
on.
they're putting him on, John.
And they don't have the hold up the 4-finger rule here.
No, they don't. You gotta make them work for it.
Because it would rob the fans of this added time to boo.
Fans are not happy.
It's pretty hard to keep your home run playoff.
Hoping to get
run
home in
streak
time
going.
for the Yankee Red Sox game, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, right.
That's over, isn't it?
Is it over? What time
Yeah,
did they play?
played 4
They
or
played this
5.
afternoon?
4 or
Okay.
5.
See, Tom, that's why we got you here. You gotta know,
Exactly.
you know these things.
What, they started at 4 o'clock and it's over already?
It's got to be, right?
It's usually don't they usually play for like 7
5
hours?
hours, yeah.
They take a nap, lunch break. So, bases juice, nowhere to put them. Thomas Joyce with 2 outs. See if he can make some noise here.
Cam Cook is at third base. Kyle Bonneke at second. And Ryan Sullivan, after the intentional walk, is at first base. There are 2 outs. And Tom Joyce, the first baseman from Merrimack, facing the closer for Worcester. The check swing, no swing, they say. Joyce ahead in the count 1-0. The over-the-top delivery. And sometimes Moscatello overthrowing it a bit into the dirt. Keep an eye on the runner at third base, Cam Cook, if the ball gets away. Hard hit right at the second baseman. Mariano Ricciardi makes the play, and Worcester gets out of it.
The strategy to go with the closer works.
It did. So the Silver Knights leave them loaded. 2-0. We go to the top of the 8th. Worcester down to their last 2 at-bats. We'll have the bottom of the order coming up.
Watching that ball come off the bat, you thought maybe a little bit of topspin. Maybe that thing plays a funny game.
He did. You wondered how he was going to play that off.
He was retreating. He retreated,
That's,
but he
you
still
see
made
an
the play.
infielder do that, you wonder, you know, but he retreated and that's it. If he charged it, he might have booted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go now. Jandro, I believe.
Jandro, the right-handed pitcher, 6'2", 200, out of Halifax, Mass. Pitches for Hartford.
That pitch, that warm-up pitch right there, that at the knees strike, that's what he's been doing the last 3 weeks. And that's what he was doing the first 7 weeks.
Talking about the wild one.
He'll put people on. That's the only thing you got to watch out for is the walks. He's got to be steady and throw strikes. Again, you're not facing a Bristol team is a much better hitter. You're not facing that kind of team. I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Patient.
yeah. This team, you just throw strikes, and things will happen for you.
Yeah, you're talking about 22 strikeouts versus 21 walks during the regular season here. So
Right. So you put people on.
got to get ahead.
That's the thing with him.
Bunting, first pitch. Brian Hart bidding for the hit is out by
What
a
a
half
play
a
by
step.
Jandro. He's not a short guy. He's got to bend way down and pick up that ball and make the play, and he does.
Jandro like a cat off the mound to pick up the bunt and throw out Brian Hart by a running half step.
It was a good idea by Hart. Boy, Worcester gets a lot of momentum if he gets on like that.
He just needed to get it closer to the chalk to get a base hit on that.
And this guy does it. He might do it too, Ricciardi. I mean,
Yeah. Got an infield hit his last time up. Guess he's got 2 hits. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. That was at 92 miles an hour from Jandro.
He plays like he looks. He's a pest for the opposition. He really is.
Yeah.
He is.
I was likening his stance to remind me of Tony Phillips.
Right.
He used to play for the Diamondbacks.
Tigers, for the Diamondbacks, played for a lot of teams, the A's. He's that type of hitter. And Jandro's already behind him 2-1. Tries to overthrow the fastball, now it's 3-1.
Chardy gets away out of the way of the 92 mile an hour heater.
Hey, for Jandro, you don't worry about just blazing it by him. You just want to put the ball over the plate.
And he
He
does.
does not. The tying run's coming up here.
That's just big. See, Jandro will walk you.
Yeah, and immediately Kyle Jackson to the mound.
Yep, you gotta stop this.
Yeah.
He's working too quick and overthrown. That's all mechanical right there. That's all adrenaline and mechanical. He's
2
trying to-
runs, 8 hits for the Silver Knights. No runs, 6 hits for Worcester. They've had their chances. Hit some atom balls. Is this a pinch hitter? 46, I think it may
It is.
Yep.
Just one advantage Worcester has that Nashua doesn't. Nashua doesn't have anybody really to pinch hit.
Brian Goulart of Fordham is up there. They don't have his height and weight, but I'm going to say well over 6 feet and
Yeah,
well
I'm-
over 200 pounds.
I'm going to say if Jandro's not careful with his pitches, this guy can do some damage.
First
Wow.
pitch swinging,
Fought it
he's
off.
in the
ballpark.
Jammed him.
just
He
barely in the
jammed him.
ballpark.
Well played.
He jammed him.
How close was that to tying the game up?
Not as close as you think because he wasn't able to extend the bat, John.
right.
He jammed him and he just fought it off, and that's what that was.
That's true, but he displayed the power
He's got that power, but you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about him anymore.
No.
He's done for the night.
That's right. So Goulart is out of there. I think he was up there for that purpose to try to tie it up with 1 swing. And to the top of the order, high bounder to the shortstop, Bonnicky to second in time.
Well played.
Down to their last at bat will be the Worcester Bravehearts. They do not score in the 8th. The Silver Knights with another chance to add insurance runs to a 2-0 lead. The Silver Knights are 3 outs away from their 4th league championship.
Fourth, you're right. You're right, fourth. This is their 5th final.
5th final.
Yep.
Yep. And it could be their 2nd back-to-back championship. And right back out there to pitch the 9th inning is
Frank M.
Yeah, thank you. I need it in front of me to say it.
I didn't even give it the attempt. Let's see.
Moscatello.
Moscatello. There you go.
Mosca.
Tom King's favorite part of the night.
Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching.
I think you know what he really hates is the touching part. He does not like to be touched.
Don't touch me.
It's like Adrian Beltre's got that thing about don't touch my head. Tom's like, just don't touch me. What are you talking about the head for? Just don't. It's funny though, he's been to a million sporting games. I don't think he's ever sat in the stands though. He's always in the press box, you know.
Oh, I've sat in
He doesn't have
stands.
to. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where have you sat in
Not
stands?
to work. Hey, shot I took last night at the plate, I
No,
sat
tell
in
me.
stands.
When's the last time you sat in the stands when you weren't working?
Last August at a Red Sox game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why?
I didn't think you ever got out of the house when you weren't working.
Well, I had company.
Ah,
I had a buddy of mine come over. I had to do something with him, right?
good for you.
Yeah, sick of looking at him in the house. I said, oh, let's go.
Where'd you sit at Fenway?
Up in the,
Pavilion?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you like those?
Well, I'm afraid of heights.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. So it's a little tricky.
I
being
got
up
the
there all
tickets
night.
too, but because
Yeah.
he's a big guy and he needs those are wider seats.
Needs room,
and he needs
yeah.
room.
Oh, yeah.
And I needed a sedative.
Dylan Mayer down 0-2 here.
Quickly. Moscatello.
And he
Strike
got him.
three called.
Yeah.
He went with the slider, it looked like, in the upper part of the zone.
Three pitches, 3 strikes.
Yep.
Tell you, they're not making it easy, are they?
So you guys know what an immaculate inning is, right?
1, 2, 3 pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 pitches.
Total pitches. Yeah.
The Yankees, Betances had one.
Yeah, Betances did have one.
And I guess Porcello had one, and somebody else for the Red Sox had one this season. Like, they're supposed to be rarer than a perfect game, and yet there's been 3 in majors this season. Because usually, you foul one off.
You're gonna get a foul, and there's
Yeah,
gonna be a ball in there.
anything,
You're gonna work your
like
pitches.
right now, the immaculate inning's gone. It's 1-0,
Right.
so you can't get it. So, yeah, it's happened 3 times in the majors. 2 by the Red Sox, 1 by the Yankees this season. Heads up. That one really.
Ooh. Oh, did it?
I guess you got to look around, huh,
Boy,
Jason?
that ricochet.
That ricochet rabbit there.
Man.
All right, guys, I got to go right. It's been a pleasure.
Good seeing you, Tom.
Yep, we will check in with you afterwards.
Sounds good.
Moscatello pitches.
Ooh.
Strike 3. Nope, strike 2, excuse me. Got ahead of it.
That was at 90.
The top of the zone. That's high.
Count evens up at 2-2 here for Tyree.
Luke Tyree has popped, flied out, and struck out. Looking for his first hit tonight. Having a brief discussion with the umpire. 2 balls and 2 strikes against the Worcester closer, who's trying to preserve the score right where it is, a 2-0 Nashua. Swung on and missed, but a chance to go to first base. Throw to first and safe.
He's in there. Good hustle. He tripped out of the box, John, and you thought, okay, it's going to be close. But he gets up, he sprints, and slides in there. A great hustle play by Tyree. So, strikes out, but finds himself on first base.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was a wild pitch, or you could call it a pass ball, either or. The man on first base with 1 out is Luke Tyree, who's got speed, as we just saw. Tom Blandini 1 for 3.
Looked like Blandini was squaring up to bunt there. Pulled it back with 1 out.
That brought third baseman Kevin Brian Hart a little closer, but he's even with the bag now. Still a chance to lay one down if he chooses to. He golfs at that one and foul tips it into the mid for strike 2.
Yeah, that came in at 90 miles an hour, and bat has to go backwards to go forwards. Going to have to shorten his swing up here.
There goes the runner. It's high. Throw to second, and it is safe at second on the slide. Tyree with a magic act is in there.
Well,
playing with
these
some house
eyes,
money.
what these eyes saw was out. Now, there goes JP Pine out to argue that call.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
second time he's had a beef with the second base umpire.
You know, the ball definitely beat. It definitely beat Tyree there. Now the question becomes, you know, does he apply the tag? This time, and you see Pine covering his mouth as he speaks to the umpire. Probably had a few kind words for him. So Tyree is in scoring position here with one down and a 1-2 count against Blandini. Base hit here now gives you a little more insurance.
The 1-2 pitch on the way from Moscatello. Good block by Koppel.
Yeah, that's a very important block by the catcher there for Worcester because, you know, that gets through. Now you've got Tyree on third.
Yeah, your chances of scoring increase
exponentially. There you go.
You're at third with less than 2 out. Blandini spoils it. Up to the top of the third base stands. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Silver Knights lead this game dominated by pitching 2-0. So that insurance run would be huge. But a very tough pitcher to try to get it off of in Moscatello. Fouled over us. A battle here that was at 90 miles per hour.
You see the fans sitting down in front of us this time follow that ball out to make sure there's no rebound, no ricochet coming back at him. You learn pretty quickly.
Yes. We'll be back to the top of the order should Blandini reach safely. Only 1 out. Barring a line-out double play,
there you go.
Williams would be up. And back to the top of the order.
High and outside.
Full count, 91 on the gun. Overthrown a little bit there was Moscatello.
Full count, 1 out, runner on second. Blandini with a chance here to make something happen. That's going to be out of play just to our right.
Very high pop-up. Get out of the way of that one, folks, unless you got a glove on.
Oh, there's a lucky fan.
Fans are enjoying themselves right now, Jason.
They are having a good time.
Beautiful weather. A championship team on the field. A chance to add to a 2-0 lead with Worcester down to their last 3 outs. It's an offensive-minded Silver Knights team right now, though. They want to win it right here at the plate.
Right.
For whoever their closer is. The signature hustle of the runner at second, Luke Tyree. Leading off at second base. And Moscatello wants Koppel, his catcher, to go through the signs again. So we'll reset. Actually, he'll go out to the mound for a visit.
Yeah, they're not on the same page right now. And Moscatello looking Tyree back to second base. Got in his head a little bit. And gather himself back and focus on Blandini. Full count.
Tom Blandini from Southern New Hampshire University, awaiting a 3-2 pitch. Out and out, ball 4. 1 out, 2 on for the top of the order.
So how big is that strikeout by Tyree, but advancing to first? Keeping 1 out on the board and in scoring position.
And here's Williams, and the league's leading hitter, Cam Cook, is on deck should Williams reach without hitting into a twin killing. And excuse me, check swing that ends up 100 miles an hour over our left shoulder. That's how hard Moscatello's bringing it. That thing just glanced off the bat, and it wasn't for the bowl of the stadium. That would have ended up over at the Amherst Street School.
Williams 1 for 4 tonight.
What do we have? The 2017 Nashua Silver Knights finished as the 5th seed entering the playoffs. They are 3 outs away from their 4th championship. Big swing, and it goes off the railing right behind home plate. A railing which is just an inch behind the netting, and is why you never, when you come to Holman Stadium, put your fingers
put your
on
hands
the railing.
there. Yeah, that was a monstrous cut by Williams.
It was, yeah.
Bad intentions on that swing.
Yeah, wanted that right center field gap. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Moscatello certainly wasn't wasting one. And he does there, though.
Yeah, off speed.
Yep. An opportunity to give his team 3-run lead or more for Ted Williams. 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 8th. Moscatello's pitch. Line drive right at the shortstop, flips to second, and it's
they
safe.
call him safe. Oh, they can't
and I
believe
think we're
it.
going to see another visit from J.P.
Oh,
Pine.
my goodness. Wow, they thought they had him doubled off of second.
What did you think?
I don't know. The Ricciardi brothers, though, it's like synchronized jump and complain. Hard to know. It was close.
I thought he was out.
It was close.
Tyree lives again another day.
Boy, oh boy.
Wow. That ball almost hit Tyree. He had to get out of the way of it first. I think that's what slowed him down getting back to the bag. And he gets the call. So 2 outs, and here's Cam Cook.
Wow.
There's been 3 close calls at second.
All at second base.
And they all went the Silver Knights' way.
Hey.
Unfortunately for J.P. Pine in Worcester.
And he didn't even bother to come out. You think third time's the charm? He didn't bother to come out this time.
What's to say?
I think the body language of the Ricciardi brothers showed it all. And
it's fisted toward right, but it hangs up there.
Yeah.
And the catch is made by Pat DeMarco. So
doesn't hurt him in the long run.
They put pressure on Moscatello, but they do not score. And the Silver Knights are 3 outs away from a championship as they do what is hoped to be the final giveaway of the season for their loyal fans. Over 2,600 fans have come out here in this bonus baseball beautiful August evening.
Almost looks like they're throwing
frisbees,
cans or something.
This looks like, actually, I guess they're can-shaped packages, but they're soft.
Probably T-shirts or something like that. Yeah.
Wow, they're just emptying the buckets.
Yeah.
Emptying the closet. Some high-flying T-shirts.
So here we go. Kyle Murphy, the right-handed closer here, 6'2", 195 junior, out of Northeastern. Hails from Billerica, Massachusetts, does Murphy. You get the little Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
From Metallica, a la Mariano Rivera.
How much adrenaline do you think Kyle Murphy is feeling right now? Chance to win the championship with 3 outs.
Yeah, you know, keep it all in front of you. One pitch at a time, one batter at a time. They're facing, looks like they'll be facing the...
Oh, wait.
Is it Kevin? I think it's, yeah.
No, 2, 3, 4 hitters.
2, 3, 4 hitters. Yeah, Kevin Duty, Greg Kaczynski, Brett Koffel, and if any of them get on, Pat DeMarco. So Duty tonight, 0 for 3. He's grounded out, popped out, and struck out.
Rhythmic clapping here at Holman Stadium. A buzz in the stands. 3 outs away from championship number 4. Strike 1. That's high for ball 1.
87 on the gun there.
Kyle Murphy. The Northeastern Husky. Just misses inside, trying to add some body language to the call. Kevin Duty jackknifes out of the way of ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's not over, so it's 3-1.
Duty
Murphy
thought about it, but thought better of it and held up. 3-1 now.
Look for this one to be right down the middle. Oh, it's up.
So tying run comes to the plate here.
So a walk and an immediate visit by Kyle Jackson. Worcester's dugout explodes with enthusiasm to get the leadoff batter aboard in a 2-0 game.
And one of the things John and Tom talked about this earlier tonight was the pitching wasn't set up because of that play-in game. And they really had to battle, did the Silver Knights, to get their pitching where they wanted it to be coming into tonight. And they've done a nice job doing that, being 4-0, entering tonight's second game of the finals. Hate to see it be wasted here. So I'm sure just calming Murphy down a little bit. Nice twin killing would be on the menu. Greg Kaczynski of Marist up to bat.
Looking for his first hit tonight. He's got a pair of flyouts to center and popped out to short. I'm sure in the Worcester fans' eyes he's due. 1 ball and no strikes. Murphy struggling with his control here. He's thrown 5 or 6 pitches and five balls. There's a high fly to right, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
There you go.
Kaczynski kind of rolling the dice there, trying not to work a walk. Instead, swinging at the 1-0 pitch, skies it out to the right fielder. 1 out in the 9th. Worcester down by 2, still need to get that tie run aboard. Barring the home run ball, that is. Brett Koffel from St. Leo University is 1 for 3 with a single. Murphy pours it over for strike 1 at 87.
Murphy working from the stretch, comes with that first pitch strike, important pitch right there.
That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nashua Silver Knights won the league championship back-to-back years, 2011, 2012. They won in 2016. They have a chance to go back-to-back for the second time. High fly to right field, and again in the sights of Tom Blandini.
Blandini puts it away for the second out.
The Nashua Silver Knights are 1 out away from their 4th championship, leading 2-0 in the top of the 9th.
Pat DeMarco with a chance to extend this game for the Bravehearts.
Kyle Murphy comes set to the plate, foul straight back.
Big cut there by DeMarco.
0-1.
No home runs on the year.
Silver Knights fans are all on their feet, close to 3,000 of them. Curveball finds the inside corner. Strike two. Murphy has it all working now. Will this be the last pitch of the Silver Knights 2017 season? Kyle Murphy throws, ground ball to the second baseman. The flip to second, it's over. The Nashua Silver Knights have gone back to back for the second time in team history. They are the 2017 FCBL champions.
And the players mob each other just behind the pitcher's mound.
Ted Williams with the flip to Kyle Bonneke. Kyle Murphy with the save. The Silver Knights are the champions. The city of Nashua celebrating with their team. Everybody was on their feet before that. And this team just continues to deliver quality entertainment and titles to the city of Nashua.
And they go 5-0 here, John, in the postseason.
5-0.
The play-in game, 2 games against Bristol, 2 games against Worcester.
They ran the table.
They ran the table. They set up their pitching. It all worked out for them. And FCBL 2017 champions.
What a fantastic job. I imagine Chris Hall is in the house someplace, the league commissioner. Is he?
It makes sense.
Okay.
Got some hard.
Oh, he's giving out a trophy
Got some
somewhere
hardware
else?
to hand out.
Okay.
As a display of good sportsmanship here, both teams meeting at home plate to shake hands.
Led by their manager, J.P. Pine, who was a pitching coach for B.J. Neverett a few years ago. A well-played game, Jason.
Yeah.
Dominated by pitching.
Yeah, the both games really in the series. There was some timely hitting, obviously, for the Silver Knights last night and tonight. But as some fireworks go off behind the scoreboard back there. But 6 hits for Worcester, 8 hits for Nashua. No errors for Nashua, 1 error for Worcester. 2-0 ball game. Well played, well pitched, and really, and Tom said it earlier, the two best organizations in the FCBL.
Yeah. And we were proud and happy to bring it to you on NashuaETV. There's Peter getting a hug down there from manager B.J. Neverett.
And the Worcester fans, or the Worcester players rather, giving a salute to their fans that made the trip down to watch them play in the finals. And obviously the emotions are running real high. Nothing to be ashamed of here, but your champions in the red and black, the Nashua Silver Knights, for the 2nd year in a row, will celebrate this one with their fans. It'll be a good night tonight here in Nashua, John.
Yeah, so well, there's Chris Hall. He's got the trophy in his right hand.
I might add, 2 hours and 15 minutes was the length of your game. It is 9:17 right now. So, well-pitched game.
Yeah, beautiful.
Silver Knights gather just outside the dugout, anxiously awaiting.
17 and 13 embracing there were Cam Cook and Kyle Bonneke, your left side of the infield. Just a job well done by the organization, the coaching staff, the players, and the fans for coming out game after game to support their team. Silver Knights, another page in their ongoing success story here at Holman Stadium.
And it starts at the top. It starts with the general manager, works its way down to the manager. We've said it time and again. You look at every great organization and it starts at the top.
Chris Hall's looking for somebody. Get out here. Who is that? Who's he talking to? It's not Tom King, because I see Tom's right there.
And I'll tell you what, I know what those gentlemen in the red shirts are talking about, aside from what they're going to do later tonight.
There he is.
What are those championship rings going to look like?
Oh.
Silver Knight fans, please welcome the commissioner of the FCBL, Chris Hall.
First of all, I want to thank our fans for a tremendous season. Worcester for a great season. 4 years in the league, 4 straight finals. It's 2 championships. You can hear it from Worcester, please. Bravehearts.
Worcester getting a nice round of applause. And rightfully so.
This is our 7th year in the league. It is becoming a ritual for Worcester to be in the championship. Nashua to be in the championship series. We did this last year here. BJ, can you come on up with Kyle, Ronnie, Cheryl? 2017 Futures League Championship. Champions, Nashua Silver Knights.
Well-deserved. Trophy being...
Congratulations, Nashua.
held up by manager B.J. Neverett.
And he hands it off to the players.
And they earned it.
Every year for the championship series, we give out a series MVP. It was a short series, but in 2 games, he closed out both games. From Northeastern and Bill Ricca, Mr. Murphy.
MVP of the series,
Kyle Murphy.
Kyle Murphy,
Yep. Yeah. Closing out the game's 1 and 2 wins. Oh, and the bath.
He gets the ice bucket.
Yeah. Tim O'Neill.
All right, hey
wasn't
fans.
fooled.
Thank
He
you
saw it
guys for
coming.
coming this year on behalf of our GM, who can't talk into this mic because of the delay. Thank you guys for a great season, and we'll see you back here at Holman in 2018. Woo!
We'll see you back here is the message, and I'm sure it'll be heated.
So the question is, can you three-peat? Can you three-peat? Do you have, and one of the things we talked about this during the Bristol series is they need host families to bring these guys in so that these guys have a place to board as they take the
Yep.
team picture, celebrating their championship. And, I'm sure they'll be looking to do just that as the team gathers around the trophy.
That is always fun to do.
It's a great feeling.
The Nashua Silver Knights, the 2017 FCBL champions. It's a pleasure to do the game with you, Jason Roby.
Likewise.
And for Tom King, I'm John Collins, thanking our camera crew, Jim McLean and Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. Well, if they do three-peat, I hope that we can three-peat and be right there with them. And thank you, too, for folks for watching this on NashuaETV. And enjoy whoever's watching this across the country. We welcome more and more viewers all the time. So we'll say the final score for the final time. The Silver Knights win the series and the game by the same score, 2-0 over the Worcester Bravehearts. Good night and good summer from Historic Holman Stadium, everybody. Stay tuned for some post-game interviews down on the field. Welcome everybody down on the field, post-game celebration. This is Kyle Murphy, who has just been named the MVP of the FCBL Championship Series. Closed out games 1 and 2. How's it feel?
Feels great. You know, the people of Nashua here that come to all these games, they're great, always cheering us on, traveling on the road. I'm just glad we could get it done for them, you know?
Yeah. I heard you telling one of the fans that came up to talk to you that you just love pitching here.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd is electric, you know, like it just gives you that extra bump of adrenaline out there on the mound, you know. It's like a couple days ago, our first home game against Bristol, my body was a little tired, but when I came out and they started cheering, just gave me that extra adrenaline, because not only do I want to get it done for me and my teammates and the coaches, but I want to get it done for the fans, because they care about this team so much.
You go to Northeastern?
Yep.
And you're from Billerica.
I am.
Right. You know, my high school coach, Dave Coleman, I think they retired his number at Northeastern Baseball Hall of Fame. It was great to see you. Personally, I love seeing Northeastern guys do well.
Yeah.
And have you ever had a championship of any kind before this?
In high school, we won the sectional championship, but that was the most. Hopefully we can get one at Northeastern, a conference tournament next year. Yeah. It'd be nice. We should have a good year.
Yeah. Good luck in that year. You got springboard into it now. So how about the manager and your pitching coach, Kyle Jackson, BJ Neverett? Have they been good to play for?
They've been awesome, you know, especially Kyle, because he works more with the pitchers.
Yep.
He was able to take not only me, but the whole pitching staff, and he doesn't change you as a pitcher, but he makes who you are better. And, you know, I really enjoyed playing for him. He's always cool, calm, and collected, especially when he comes out to the mound. And it's just great playing for him, you know. They were both great to me this summer.
You know, I saw you go out there for the final inning, and I thought to myself, yeah, you have an opponent, the Worcester Bravehearts, but adrenaline can also be an opponent sometimes if you can't harness it, right, and to throw those strikes, and you were able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I believe in the mental side of baseball a lot, and I was able to incorporate that out there, you know, just taking deep breaths, making sure I was in the right state of mind to get the job done, and thankfully I was able to get it done.
And he did. Kyle Murphy, the MVP of the FCBL Championship Series. Congratulations, continued success.
Thank you very much.
Kyle Murphy, thank you for joining us. Great, enjoy yourself. Thanks. BJ Neverett being congratulated, rightfully so, for another championship. I don't know if it's the baseball manager tan that you have. I think you have a championship glow on right now, BJ, huh? You know, the Twitter says mission repeat. That was the hashtag, and mission accomplished tonight. Way to go.
Yeah, it's my glow is relief that it's over, and that you know, we were looking down the gun barrel. They got their ace waiting for tomorrow, so he couldn't pitch today because of the pitching rules. But I'm pretty relieved I don't have to see him again, and I'm just happy for the kids. They worked so hard. They played hard all season, and we're just thrilled for them. It's really a reward for a great summer for them. And I mean, I get to come back, but you know, they're guys that that was their last summer college game that they're going to get to play in, and to leave the way they're going to leave with a ring, and you know, it's a really hard season. We just played a 58th game. You know, it's hard, and then very, very proud of them. And I was very proud of the city, being a native, with the fan support and the people that were here tonight was just amazing. And I hope that carries over. I hope they stay with us and continue to come.
Yeah, the turnout was fantastic again tonight. And you talked about the ace pitcher that was waiting in the wings for Worcester, but you were able to trot out some aces tonight too yourself.
Yeah, our pitching came together. We made a decision about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer. You know, we were struggling with our starters and getting deep enough into the game, so we decided that we're going to start throwing 4 or 5 guys a night, and we're going to bring our starter as far as we can, and then try to get him before he gets hurt. And then our strength became our bullpen. And Cam Cruz's wrist injury actually helped us because he became a pitcher full time, and he just was a shutdown guy for us. And
yeah, people shouldn't forget he's a position player, right?
Yeah, he's got a little crack in his wrist from swinging the bat, and so his school shut him down from hitting, but he stayed here and he started working as a pitcher, and you know, that was huge. That was a huge thing for us. You know, we got Colin Duffley back. He was shut down for a little while from his school, but they let him come back here in July. we picked up Joe Westerman and we picked up Zach Merchant, 2 guys who were in other leagues. And their league finished, we picked them up, and that was big. We needed those guys. Because the thing that people don't realize is that we went through 27 pitchers this year. We almost turned our whole pitching staff over. We had 10 guys get injured. We had 3 guys who had to have Tommy John surgery. So we had a really tough time out there on the mound, and these guys persevered, the guys that were here all year. And I'm so proud of Jason Jondro, how much he's improved since the beginning of the season. It's just amazing. He's going to be so good when he gets back to school. And, Kyle Murphy, we tried starting him, and then we kind of bagged that and said, okay, you're closing. He got 4 saves this week, and he ended up with, I think, 13 saves for the season, counting the playoffs, which is pretty good considering he started for a month. Yeah. So, we're pretty pleased.
PJ Nevert, the championship manager in the FCBL for 2017. A lot of more fans want to congratulate you. And just a final question, is it free pizza for the team at Chuck E. Cheese tonight, or what are you doing?
I don't know, but I'm just relieved, and I finally can relax. I'm going to be away from baseball for 2 weeks, and then I got to go back to school. And then when I
says that, but you'll be watching MLB Network every night on vacation.
No, I'm getting away from baseball for 2 weeks. Yeah. And I'm going to spend time with my girlfriend, and we're going to go away, and I will start the roster again in September. It all starts all over again. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to watch you this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
PJ Nevert, everybody.